Alright, just about to go live here, guys. I hope everyone's doing okay. Got a whole bunch of TVZs in store today. I'm excited. I hope you guys are as well. I'm hoping to see that new Valkyrie build because I've been struggling with it. I want to see how other Zergs are dealing with it. So I'm excited to get some cast in and see if we maybe see it today. Alright, let me make sure that we're all set up here and I will bring you guys in. Looks like we should be good to go. Oh, would help if I plug my webcam in. That's probably going to be just off the stream. That's okay. Because I don't think it's going to pick it up if I don't restart. Let's see if it does. Doesn't look like it's going to, so let's just hop into the games. No webcam today, not a big deal. Alright, first game today I believe is DoodleDoodle versus JiffyMix, so let's go ahead and hop into that. Okay, and spawning up here in the top right, we have the blue Zerg and JiffyMix. And in the bottom right, we've got our purple Terran under the name ToodleDoodle. I believe this is DoodleDoodle. Interesting moniker, but our first TVZ of the day. I don't know much about a lot of these, or either of these players. I've seen Doodle play a little bit. He's a pretty strong Terran, so I'm expecting a pretty good game going forward. Quite the APM spam out of Doodle, in fact, sitting up at almost 500. JiffyMix choosing not to spam. He's playing a nice, calm start to his game. Let me D&D. And let me get our music back on. I know like some people like to have that Brood War music going while the stream's going on. Yep, there you go, Dada. I gotcha. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Azhi. I appreciate that. Alright, nothing too crazy or cheesy coming out of our players right at the start here. We'll have to see if... oh, thank you as well, Dada, for the follow. I appreciate it, my friend. What's up, Love Snow? Alright, let's see if our Zerg's going to go for a 12 hatch here. Our Terran's not going for anything insane either. Supply Depot. I actually play Terran a little bit for fun. Anytime I place my Supply Depot here, my SCVs pop out on the left side, and I have no idea why. Snow, because he's a clanmate, and, dang, Snow dropping the ban bomb. Love Snow, while you're in the chat, tell me, why do my SCVs pop out on the left side when I place my depot like this? I always place mine one more to the left, because if not, it pops out on the wrong side. Alright, we do have a 12 hatch coming out of our Zerg player here, and looks like we are going to go up to a, oh, nope, it looks like we're going to go for a, 11-10 is what it's looking like for pool and gas timings. Barracks placed a bit forward here for DoodleDoodle. A bit dangerous if our Zerg player was doing a 4 pull, but we're not seeing anything cheesy like that coming out of them. And then there we go, there's the 11 and 10. So our Zerg playing a very standard game. He wants to get into mutas really quickly and take map control with those mutas. Looks like our Terran player is saving up to do that 1 Rax expand as well. So far, completely standard game. Nothing out of the unusual here for either player. Just drones popping at the moment. Spawning pool's not complete. And that CC is coming down before the first Marine is even made, actually. That's, I feel like that's a little bit greedy to do the CC before the first Marine. But with 12 hatch being extremely common, you can definitely get away with it. So there's no reason to not... Plus he got in and scouted, so he knew that the spawning pool wasn't done yet. So good play from him. Second rack's coming down. I believe you take your gas after this is Terran. I'm still working on Terran builds, but I believe you go 2 racks gas into Academy, if I remember right, for a 2 racks Academy. So if an SCVs are turning minerals and touching that spot, it's, interesting. Okay, so that's all it is. It's just if this square is occupied, sometimes they can pop out on the wrong side. So do you place your supply depot like this as well, or do you place it one more to the left just to stop that from ever happening, Love Snow? I'm kind of curious, because I've been trying to play with Terran a bit on the side for fun. Always like that? Okay. That's here. Zergling's coming out here trying to chase off this SCV. They are going to push him away, but he might head back in. He did see the layers popping up, but he's not going to know if there's a Hydralisk Den coming or not, because he left too soon. So I wouldn't mind seeing that SCV go back just to confirm the Spire. Zerglings are pulling back. We do have the barracks and supply depot. Pretty common wall in here for Terra and keeps you really safe from Zergling run-bys. SCV transfer is going down. 18 SCVs to 15 drones. Both players are going pretty economic early on. Nothing crazy. 6 Zerglings were made. That's a lot of Zerglings. Oh! The SCV is going to get denied. It's not going to get back in. Spire is not started yet. We have Zergling speed. There's the Spire. Okay. And the SCV is going to sneak around. It might be able to make it in. The Lings can cut this off with good micro, though. Yep, he's going to have to back out. It's only 2 hits from death. We got to make sure he stays alive. This SCV is really important. We need to see that Spire, and that SCV does fall, so he's not sure if Spire's coming or not. Let's see if he sends another one out. He does immediately send another one out. And drone going out to take that third at this top left main base up here. Spire's about 1/3 of the way done, excuse me. Let's see, our academy is on the way here. Time for lurkers, Zada says? Yeah. That's what I do. Anytime I can chase that that SCV out, I really genuinely consider just throwing down the Hydrant and going to lurkers and just trying to end the game. It works pretty well. You'd be surprised how many times you can catch Terrans off guard with it. Alright, we're 25 out of 26. Should see 2 Overlords pop here. And that should set the... Actually, the timing's... His Spire was late, so his Larva timing's a bit off here. If they go Valk build, you're pretty dead, right? I haven't actually done it against a Valk build, so I'm not sure. But I would actually think... I mean, he gets the SCV into scout the Spire now for sure. But I think if they go the Valk building, you just outright win, because they don't have anything to stop it. To stop lurkers, anyways. Okay, first Mythics are out. Let's see if he does want to do this push out at this timing. He knows the Spire timing, so he knows he can get across the map before the Mutas pop. He also saw there was no Sunkens thrown up yet, so... Looks like he's just going to pull back and play defensive. We've got 2 more racks coming down. We'll have to see if he wants to follow that up with a 5th rack, or if he's going to go towards his starport. That should be a turret being made there. Yep, there's the turret coming up. JiffyMix took down Exit? Wow, yeah, I don't know much about JiffyMix. That's actually really impressive. I know Doodle's a pretty strong player, but if Jiffy took down Exit, I think I would favor Jiffy a little bit in this one as well. But you never know. We'll have to see what he can bring to the table. Both players playing pretty darn well so far. I'm a little bit worried. Doodle went for that 2 racks Academy timing and then didn't even put pressure on the map at all. He's playing super defensive. He's obviously worried about the Mutas. First Mutas are popping now. We have scans going down. We got a scan at the main. I heard 2 scans, but I only see 1 there. I might have missed it. Mutas coming in, pick off the SCV build in the turret, don't get much else done, but that's still a good pick off. Let's see what kind of damage you can get done. This is actually a lot of turrets. You can get the SCVs mining these 2 patches here and get out pretty safely, but the rest of this is pretty safe, and these turrets are going to stop too much harassment from going down. But let's see what he brings. He's going to go for the turret. How many Mutas is he at? He's at 7 Mutas. That's not quite enough yet. You want to have 11, and you basically 2-shot a turret at that point. Oh, he can get that SCV. Oh, nope, not quite. Still going for that turret. He might get it. It's going to be close. He pulls back. 1 more shot, he would have got it, but he's taking a lot of damage. Almost lost a Muta there. More Mutas are rallying across the map at the moment. And our Terran is still on 4 racks, it looks like. I don't see a factory coming up yet, so we're just staying on that 4 racks for the time being. More Mutas coming in. What are we up to? North of 10 Mutas now, so we're at a good point. We can't quite 2-shot a turret, but we're getting close. With +1, 11 Mutas do 2-shot a turret. Turrets have 200 HP. Mutas do 9. I believe it is 9, yeah. And then with that +1, of course, that equals out to 200 at 10 Mutas. We're up to 11 Mutas now, so we can 2-shot those. SCVs have been pretty much uncontested at this point. That's got me a little bit worried. Usually if you're going to go for a build like this, where you go for the 12, 11, 10, you do need to get some SCV damage, because your economy is a little bit behind Terrans at that point. You're relying on these Mutas to both keep you safe and get a little bit of damage done in order to even the game out. It's not the end of the game at all by any means that he hasn't killed SCVs, but killing SCVs is definitely something you want to do in this situation. First Sunken is coming down, 3rd base is up and running, Queen's Nest is on the way, so we are going to get into that hive tech at around the 9-minute mark. We got 1 SCV pick there, 2 SCV picks, that's pretty good. Drones are actually pretty caught up with SCVs, so that's really good for JiffyMix here. Doodle moving out into the map just a little bit here. He definitely has enough Marines to kind of start pressuring, but he's got to be careful because there is enough Mutas here to pick off a Marine ball this size if you pick them off at the right angles. Good stem forward, but Marines are getting a little bit split there. Let's zoom out just a tiny bit here. I believe it's Y. Nope. What's the hotkey for that? 1 second. It's W. Let's get rid of the W unless we need it. How many mutas are we at? We're still at 11 mutas here in this group. Marines are pushing forward. Got to take a second to let them heal up before they get too far forward. We've only got 1 sunken at the moment. No lurkers yet. Second sunken is on the way. He does have enough to hold this with 2 sunkens and good muta control, so he's not going to die to this. But his third is really exposed. Lurker aspect is just about to finish up, so if he rushed to that third, he might get there in time, but it's looking like he's not going to do that. We do have a scan going down in the natural. He does see the lurker raids right as they morph, so he knows these lurkers are a long way off, but they're going to tank shots if he doesn't A-click direct land to what he needs. Muta's coming forward. No micro here, but I think it's going to still be enough. There's not very many Marines left, and the Marines are falling quickly. JiffyMix does clean that up. These poor medics are never going to make it home alive. And we're left over with 8 mutas, so he didn't even lose that many mutas, so he still has full map control. The Terran is definitely on the back foot after losing that army. JiffyMix has free reign to do whatever he wants on the map. I wouldn't mind seeing him immediately take this 4th, because the Terran cannot stop that at all at this point. Factory is done. Let's see what we're going up to. We got our 5th barracks on the way here with science. So we are going into that SK Terran. So we're going to have double science vessel production here shortly off of 5 racks. I believe we're at 1-0 on our Marines at the moment. What are our Zerg upgrades at? We did get +1 attack on Flyer. Do we have any ground upgrades? We do not at the moment. But we do have +1 carapace on the way. Lurker's moving across the map. Let's see if he's just going to stay on this whole high ground and hold position them. More lurkers coming across the map. He might actually be pushing aggressively to end here. That's a lot of lurkers. 6 lurkers against a mostly Marine force. Science vessels aren't even out yet. So that could be scary if he decides to push in with him. It looks like he might be doing just that. Let's see what the scan was. Scan does see the 3rd and the main. Lurkers are coming in here. That's a big burrow. He's got to pull back. Oh no, those are huge spines. Doodle's in a lot of trouble here. He does manage to pick off one of the lurkers. But he's got to pull back. He's got to pull back. Okay, okay. As long as he can stay outside of these lurker range, he might be okay here. I wouldn't mind seeing another bunker going down just to be safe, just to buy himself time for the science vessels here, but it looks like Jiffy's perfectly content with just containing his opponent here. And with science vessels only just now popping, 5 lurkers are going to take a long time to clear out, so Jiffy has pretty much free reign to do whatever he wants. The toodly doodly, says Wolfix. Meanwhile, back at home, we do have Hive up. We have Defiler Tech on the way. Let's see here, what is this? That's an Evo chamber, so we're getting a second Evo. And another macro hatchery. I wouldn't have actually mind seeing this just becoming a 4th. He's not got any pressure to not take that 4th. Drone coming across the map. A bit of a miss rally there. That happens to all of us. More Hydras rallying across the map, so it looks like he's really going to commit to this contain. We do have Defilers on the way with Consume just about to finish up, so if he can hold this contain for long enough, he's basically had his opponent's natural with Defilers on the way. That's going to be really scary. In fact, Jiffy has so much gas, I wouldn't mind seeing him just pop like 12 lurkers at once right now. Terran is pulling forward. These are pretty decent splits, but the science vessel wasn't in range immediately, so almost all of those Marines fell before any attacks went off. This might just be game over right here. What do we got? We got 4 mutas left. 2 Marines. 4 Marines actually lose to 2 Marines, surprisingly. 1 lurker is irradiated, but wasn't already damaged to lurker. I would have much preferred to see it on one of these more higher health lurkers. Lings are flooding in, though. And there's not much left here for Terran. Terran's going to hold for now, but I don't know how Terran gets out of the situation. Usually around this point, you'd want to have pressure on both sides of the map and be taking like your 3rd and 4th as a Terran, not be stuck in your natural. So that's really rough for him. His main base is getting pretty close to mined out. He's got about 6 minutes left. He's probably about 500 minerals, so 700. So a bit of a misguess on my part, but yeah, no tanks at all. He has to break out essentially with just Marine and Science Vessels. And the Defilers are here, and they already have energy for Dark Swarms. This might just be the final bit. I don't see how the Terran holds this. Terran's just going to run right past. I mean, he's going to probably die anyways. This is probably his best bet. One of the, is that a lurker or is that a defiler? One of the defilers does get irradiated, but there is a second one alive, but it has no energy at the moment. Runs into more lurkers on the map here. Last muta is going to fall. But he can't really do anything about these lurker eggs. He's kind of just got to ignore them and maybe try to end the game somehow with this small group of Marines. He's lost his natural. There's no way he's holding this, because here comes more Lings. We're going to another Dark Swarm here in a second. That's probably going to go down like right here. Move these lurkers forward. Oh, he's going to go even deeper than that. So here, yeah. So now he's on the mineral line. He's hitting that bunker. I don't see how the Terran recovers from here. This small group of units out on the map isn't going to do enough. Doodle is looking like he's going to try and hold on here. He does have some Marines coming out, but he needs fire bats. It's the only thing that can actually fight these. What he really needed was tanks. Tanks and Irradiate. That last defiler is going to fall, so if he can somehow survive the swarm, wait it out, and clear these lurkers out, maybe he can make something happen here, but it's definitely not looking good. There's a lot of vessels here, but more lurkers are streaming in. Huge group of Hydras and Zerglings with defiler support coming in. And Doodle's going to GG, so game 1 is going to go to JiffyMix. JiffyMix going up 1-0. Let's go ahead and update these scores real quick. It updates all of them. I did this wrong. Let's see, can I separate these real quick? Bear with me here, guys. Streamlabs is a little different than the base OBS. Let's see. It should just be a reference. It shouldn't be a... Oh, it's because it is referencing it. That's why. So can I change the reference on this? Bear with me here, boys. Let me get the second game queued up here while I'm trying to figure this out. It looks like I can't figure it out. Unfortunately, the scoreboard is just going to have to be inaccurate for now. I do apologize for that, but we'll have the in-game scoreboard that will be accurate. I'll see if I can fix this during an intermission. But let's get into our next game real quick for now. JiffyMix is up 1-0 currently. I will update the scoreboard for the live game since the scoreboard for this one's a little bit messed up. So let's get this updated here. Nope. Give me... Oh my gosh. On the one hand, I like Streamlabs. On the other hand, it does some really silly things different from base OBS that drive me crazy. There we go. Okay, in the top right here, we have our Teal Terran, currently down 0-1. It is DoodleDoodle. And in the bottom left, we have our Magenta Zerg. JiffyMix, currently up 1-0. Yeah, base OBS has a lot better functionality than Streamlabs. But Streamlabs has some stuff that I wanted to use. But I'll have to play around with it more and learn it more, obviously. Alright, let's see what our players are bringing to the table here. So far, nothing crazy. No early SCVs being sent out. No early drones being sent out. Although I'm not entirely sure what you would do with an early drone. Some sort of crazy proxy hatch in the main, maybe. There's enough room on this map. You could definitely sneak a proxy hatch in, but it's not advised. It's not the greatest thing in the world by far. Looks like our Zerg player is going to go once again for that 12 hatch, although we'll have to see if there is the potential of an overpull still here. Hello, Zudi. Welcome to the chat. Alrighty, yeah. So we are going to see an overpull from our Zerg this time. So slight variation in JiffyMix's play, not going for the 12 hatch on a 2-player map. You can usually get away with it on a 2-player map, but you definitely are more of a risk for the BBS. Hey, Zudi, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Looks like we are going to get that 1 Rax expand here from Toodle once again. SCV is being sent out to scout, so he will see that it is an overpull, and then we'll have to see how he reacts to that. He definitely can't do the command center before his first Marine this time like he did last game. Overlord is being sent in a safer path, so it's a little bit less likely that that first Marine will come out here and snipe it, which is something that does happen on this map, so you have to be careful of that as a Zerg player. Scouting drone is going out. I like to see that. A lot of Zergs skip this, but it's really important to know if your opponent is going for gas or not. I actually would, not with an overpull, but with a 12 hatch, I would have sent that a bit earlier than this current scout personally. Alright, SCV's going to get in. He does see the hatchery timing already, so he knows that it's probably an overpull. Sees the gas timing, sees the pool, and he sees 2 eggs at the moment, so he knows that at most there's only 4 Zerglings on the way, so should be able to hold this ramp. You can place 1 SCV here, and Marines behind that to hold pretty much infinitely. Realistically, they can snipe the SCV eventually, but as long as you're cautious and ready for that, it's not too big of a deal. SCV is going to get chased out of the main here. It happened to him last game as well. He got chased out of the main and then tried to get back in and wasn't able to. Ooh, good pull around, but these Zerglings are actually in a position where they might be able to... Oh, doesn't get this around. The SCV could have made it in there, actually. I'm not sure why he pulled out at that point, but it's perfectly okay. He does see that there's still only 4 Zerglings. He doesn't know for sure what's popping out of these eggs, but he hasn't seen anything else. When he popped in here, he was able to see the natural enough to see if Lings were hiding there. And that scout's still trying its best to stay alive. We've got 3 Zerglings sitting across the map, but there are now enough Marines here that these Zerglings aren't going to be able to do anything. Let's see what his plan here is. Is he going to do another supply depot on the low ground, or are we going to go straight into a bunker here? Oh, he might be able to pick off this 1 Marine. It's not the mic. Okay, he does notice it and pull it back. Loses 1 Zergling for free. That SCV does get back into the main. He does see the lair timing. That SCV is almost dead, though. He's not going to be able to stay alive long enough to see if it's a Hydra Den or a Spire. So we just have to pull out. We do have a Zergling speed started up here for our Zerg as well. And I wouldn't mind seeing another SCV going across the map. It's really important that he knows if the Spire or Hydra Den is what's coming down. Zergling does have 1 kill. That scouting SCV did get killed off. Second Rax coming out in our Academy with gas finished up. So we are going to see that 2 Rax Academy timing once again. Looks like that's a bunker going down in our natural here. Yep. Still curious to see if he still uses the supply depot here or if he's just going to rely on just the bunker since he has more Marines this time to hold this low ground. Big SCV pull. Is that seems like a bit of an overpull. How many SCVs has he got here? Yeah, he's got 1 SCV less than he needs for each of these patches. It's interesting. More Zerglings rallying across the map, though. We got the Spire on the way and a ton of Zerglings are coming. We're up to, what is that, 12 Zerglings now? Let's see if we can get a count. Oh my gosh, and even more are coming. So yeah, it's 11. So we're at 15 Zerglings right now. Ooh, this SCV might scout them. Oh, it gets pushed back though. So far he still only sees the 4 Zerglings. He doesn't know that more are coming. As long as he can get on this barracks fast enough, he should be able to hold it. He's actually preemptively pulling an SCV to the barracks and putting a supply depot down here. So Doodle kind of sensing some things up here. He's getting prepared for the potential of some sort of Zergling bust. JiffyMix kind of pushing forward to see what he can see. Actually, I'm kind of curious. He does see the bunker, he does see the supply depot, so he is aware of what's going on here. And here comes the Zerglings! Zerglings just trying to sneak past. They're not getting on the bunker. What's going on? He's targeting down Marines. He's going to try and get into the main. Decent SCV blocking, but they all get in anyways. There's just not enough Zerglings here to really do damage. He'll get a couple of SCVs here, but Stim is just about to finish up, and there's definitely enough Marines to clean this up. That's a bit strange. I would have expected him to go for the bunker. Is the bunker empty? More Zerglings are coming in. The bunker is empty. These Zerglings are going down to the low ground. We do snipe that first turret. That's pretty big. No SCVs are going to fall here, though. He might get this one. Okay, we do get 1 SCV here. 2 Lings are going to fall, but that first turret was delayed a lot. We have Mutas just about to pop, and this turret isn't even close to being completed. It's just being started up. If these Mutas can get here quickly enough, they might be able to do some real damage. Mutas are coming across the map. We got, what is that, 5 Mutas? That's not quite enough. And these turrets are still going to finish just in time. What do we got scanned? We got the natural scanned. We see more Mutas popping and Zerglings popping. I'm not sure why these are going into the main. Overlord does know that those turrets are finished, so he's going to poke up into the main. Just sees he can't get anything done there. These turrets are kind of far back, though, so these patches are really exposed to Muta harass. There's no turrets in the main, though, and these Mutas are going to get into the mineral line. 5 Mutas does require 2 shots to kill an SCV with 5 Mutas. And these Marines are going to come forward and chase these Mutalisks out. What are we up to now? We're up to 6. I might be able to pick off a... Oh, that's right. They have a 1 base armor. Freaking medics. Medics are OP! Looks like Doodle's going to hold. It was almost really scary, but... managed to not lose too many SCVs in that main mineral line, even though there wasn't turrets there yet. And we're popping up a lot more turrets here in the natural now. This is going to be a lot harder to harass this natural mineral line. We got 2 turrets at the barracks. How are we looking at our main? 2 on the way. 1 Muta for 1 Marine. Not the best trade. Gonna get an SCV here, maybe? Does get an SCV, but takes a lot of damage onto those Mutas. One of them is almost dead, and 2 more are softened up just a little bit. Coming into this natural, he's going to try and pick off one of these turrets, but he's going to lose a Muta for it, and he's not even going to get it. That's rough. Loses 2 Mutas for 1 turret. That's definitely not the kind of trade you want as a Zerg player. That's really, really rough. Keep in mind at the moment, Jiffy is also on 2 base. He's got almost no drones. He's at 15 drones. He's very much all in at the moment. Mutas aren't stacking. There we go. We got them stacked back up. We're up to 7 Mutas now. Got 2 more on the way. I wouldn't mind seeing him get in the clump of 11 before he goes back in. This natural is not breakable anymore. That's just too many turrets. You're going to lose way too much. With such a low drone count, it's not worth going into that. Lurker aspect is on the way for our Zerg player now. This main is harassable if he can get past these Marines. There's a lot of dead space here that he can fly around in and abuse. He's just got to be really careful about his movements to not lose too many Mutas. Okay, we're up to 10 Mutas now. It's a pretty decent count. Do they have +1? They don't have +1, and we don't have +1 on the way. Free Marine, always take what you can get. Decent harassment there. 4th barracks is on the way. We've got 3. Ooh, pull those Mutas out. Loses another one for basically nothing. That's not looking too hot for JiffyMix at the moment. Lurker aspect's just about finished. We're starting to drone up a little bit. 20 drones, though, to 35 SCVs is definitely not where you want to be. What is this SCV doing? That was quite the return path. Did he go all the way around to return gas? Hold on. He did, yeah. He's not able to mine from this gas, really. He does notice it, fortunately, so he's going to kill this missile turret here, but that's really rough. Yeah, no, JiffyMix is looking in a really bad spot, Zudi. It's not looking good for him. Although I'm sure in Arctos' mind this is a fair matchup at the moment, and Terran's in a barely even spot with the Zerg. Gonna get another SCV here, that's pretty good. Throwing down a second bunker as well. He is worried about the potential of lurkers coming on the way. He must have scanned it. Scans out front, sees no lurkers, gets another SCV building a bunker there. Yeah, he's got to send some Marines down here to defend this. Decent Muta Micro now. We've gotten a couple of SCVs and a couple of Marine picks for essentially free. Zerglings heading across the map. We have lurkers morphing right now, so they should be heading out before too much longer. We don't have tanks on the way, though, so Doodle scouts the... okay, is he going to build the... No, he's going for a starport. Interesting. Moving out onto the map here. Okay, he does pull back before those lurkers get any real shots off, but there's a lot of free damage going on to these Marines right now. A lot of Mutas just fell there. That's really rough. Got to be really careful about that. There's no forward missile turret here either to scout, so... I'm pretty sure this barracks can actually, or barracks bunker can actually go down for free. Okay, we do have the supply machine shop coming down for our factory here. So we are going to see tanks this time. Yeah, I was going to say that's a better bunker to kill than that one. Okay, another forward bunker going, so we're trying to be extra safe here. Meanwhile, back at home, we're still at 20 drones, so we're still pretty all in here for JiffyMix. Ooh. Yeah, that bunker was just a little too far forward. He's going to build it just a little bit more back. Okay, that'll work. Doesn't finish off this barracks. That's interesting. Moving forward slightly with the lurkers. I'm still pretty sure he can hit both of these without being in missile turret range. What's our comstat energy? We got 3 scans, about to have 4. Okay, we are going to finish off this bunker. First tank has popped. We have siege mode on the way. We do have siege mode on the way. Evo chamber coming down. Defiler mound coming down. We did get a hive in the background here while all this was going on. So that does put Doodle under a bit of a time constraint here. 3 bunkers equals not breakable. I mean, he can hit these 2 bunkers for free, but no, this is really... 5 lurkers isn't going to break this. Not even close. First siege tank is done. Scan goes down. Doesn't lose a lurker, does manage to pull back, so at this point he's got to use these lurkers to delay long enough for the defilers to come out. First defiler is on the way, with consume on the way. Second tank is now out, so our Terran player is probably going to be looking to push across the map and end the game now. And he's on a very tight time constraint. How much longer do we have left on this? Doesn't even tell me in replays. It doesn't. I think that's about 60 seconds for this upgrade, though, so he doesn't have very long. A couple Marines go down there for free. Ooh. Gotta be careful here not to lose any of these tanks. Those tanks are really important. Moves forward with the Lurkers. Lurkers are gonna get big spines here. Actually doesn't lose a single Marine so far. Okay, Marines finally start falling here. What's that Marine upgrades? Ah, the +1 armor is what makes a difference. But there's another group of Marines coming in from behind that. We still got a pretty deadly Terran fighting force. Oh, one Lurker still alive here with 6 HP. He's not responding to it. Is he out of scans? No scan there. No scan in the main. He's about to have a scan, though. At least pull your Marines out of range. Okay, that finally falls. Lurker A is getting pounded here. They are going to finish and get pulled back. Good burrow there. Not pulling back the Marines. That's scary. Loses a couple, but that's okay. Defiler is out now. Consume is done. So now it's a pretty difficult fight here for our Terran player. We don't have a Radiate energy quite yet. It's going to be really important he snipes that first. He can't lose this vessel. Don't lose this vessel. Oh, a bit of miscontrol from JiffyMix there. This vessel might live still. No, focus the Scourge. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that lived. I thought that Scourge connected. That was super important. He kept that alive. Okay, yeah, let's get an Radiate on that Defiler. That's really important. Get a Consume, get another Dark Swarm down before it's too late. Okay, he does get another Dark Swarm down, that's good. Do we have another Defiler coming? We do have another Defiler coming. Do we have a second vessel yet? Second vessel is out now. Upgrades are probably 0-0 for our Zerg here. Alright, yep, 0-0 for our Zerg. What are we at 2 on our Terran? Our Terran is at 1-1 at the moment with 2-1 on the way. Ooh, we can pick off this Defiler just quick. Doesn't quite get it in time. One Zergling under Dark Swarm will kill an infinite number of Marines. Ooh, but it comes out of the swarm there somehow, actually. I thought that would have still been in the swarm. That's really strange. Free Overlord picks. That's pretty nice. And let's watch these Marines tickle an egg. Let's see. Will they kill it in time? They will not. They're going to run just right past it. It's actually not a bad idea to keep targeting that egg, because as soon as the Defiler, the Lurker finishes popping, you'll pretty much kill it instantly. Defiler does get irradiated, so that second Defiler is dead. We do have a third base finally up for JiffyMix, but we're still only on 23 drones, so not looking good for JiffyMix at all. Do we have anything in our natural? We do have a Defiler. Oh, get a Consume down now. Oh no, all the Lings fell. Okay, we got more Lings coming down here, though, so we can maybe hold this space, but the Terran can just run right past us into the main if he really wants to. That's what I would do. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, run right past into the main. We do have Lurkers on high ground here. He's got to be a bit careful. That's only 2, though. Good splitting with +1 armor. You can easily take 2 Lurkers out. It's not even going to be close. We'll see if he even loses a Marine. He loses 2 Marines. Not a big deal. Lurker comes up. Doesn't quite have energy for Swarm yet. There's the Swarm going down, but the Terran can just run away from this. Defiler Mound gets picked off as well. What did we irradiate there? Did we irradiate a Lurker? No, we got the Defiler. That's good. So the last Defiler has fallen. No Defiler Mound. It's looking like our Terran player is going to clean this up. In the meantime, he has cleaned up these forward Lurkers that were over here as well. Been more focused on the main here, but that did get cleaned up there. More Lurkers coming in, but +1 armor Marines. It takes 3 shots from a Lurker to kill them. We do have +1 Carapace finished now for Zerg, but it might just be too little too late, unfortunately. And the GG is going to get called. DoodleDoodle going to take it up, tie the game 1-1. Alrighty. 1-1 tied up. JJPP is not going down without a fight at all. Volkas15, thank you for the follow, my friend. I much appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get our third game replay set up here. Let's hop right into it. Let's take no break here. Right into the game. Alright, I'll be at the score in just 1 second. In the top right here, we have our white Zerg this time. It is JiffyMix. And in the bottom right, currently 1-1, managed to pull out a heck of a win against that all-in. It is DoodleDoodle, going under the moniker ToodleToodle. Let's go ahead and update that scoreboard real fast. Since this one is working properly, there we go. Currently 1-1 on this series, and no early anything going out. So it looks like we're going to get one more macro game from both players. Doodle showed us a really good game last time. I liked his response. He got the tanks this time when he saw the early lurkers, instead of just trying to rely on the SK Terran to break out of a contain. So the Doodle definitely learning from previous mistakes. Alright, let's see what our Zerg player is planning on doing. He did do a overpull on the last 2-player map. Let's see if he plans on doing an overpull again, or if he's going to go for the 12 hatch this time. You can still 12 hatch on a 2-player map against the Terran. It's perfectly fine to do. You just are at more of a risk of the BBS, and I know a lot of Zergs, myself included, just don't like dealing with it. So it's not uncommon to see overpull pulled out on 2-player maps for Zerg in this matchup. But it looks like we are going to see the 12 hatch this time. No spawning pool going down. In the meantime, let's see, our Terran's probably going to go for the 1-rack expand again. Not seeing any gas going down, so it's looking like that's going to be what we're going for here. There's the racks coming down, and there's our 12 hatch going out for our Zerg player. So pretty much the most stock standard game that you can possibly get. Scouting SCV is going to go out, is going to see the hatchery first, so we'll probably see that CC before the first Marine once again. Scouting drone is going out as well. Let's go ahead and get rid of that so we can see more screen space. We don't need it at the moment. So we do have the 11-10 from our Zerg player again. I know 12-12's gotten a bit more popular. I've actually been playing around with 3 hatch builds as well, so delaying that gas for even longer. But this is pretty much your most standard, is the 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas. That's your bread and butter as a Zerg player. The build every Zerg player should know. Looks like we are going to get Marine first this time before the CC. And he's actually not stopping SCV production at 15 to get that CC down as well. I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do as a Terran. I think you stop at 15 for that CC, if I remember right. But I could be wrong on that. I'm still learning Terran builds. So definitely far from knowledgeable about them at the moment. Marine not going to come forward, so this drone's going to get some free harassment on here. Gets 1 hit on the SV, 2, 3, 4... Oh, get the 5th before you run away. No! Show off your micro. Alright. We have the lair timing coming down. Let's see if this SCV stays in long enough to see the Spire this time, if he runs away like he does normally. We have 6 Zerglings on the way as well, so we're making a lot of Zerglings here. A lot of Zergs will only make 2 or 4. 6 is not usual. Oh, did I miscount? Or did he make 2 in his natural? No, he made 2 in his natural. He's going to run right past. He's going straight for the natural here. Zergling speed has started up, but they're going to be slowlings before they arrive. SCV is going to be able to stay in this time and scout everything as well, so... Bunker is going down for our turn. It's going to be a little bit late here. These lings are going to make it in time, and 6 slow Zerglings will beat 3 Marines, which is what we're going to be at when they arrive. Hey, Kekus, thanks for the follow, bud. I appreciate it. And GG's, by the way. Me and him played last week, had some pretty good games. Yeah, these Marines are going to fall pretty quickly. I would actually maybe even keep 2 lings here, or 1 ling here, just to try and finish off that SCV. We're going to get 1 SCV here, a 2nd SCV here. 2 Marines are going to fall. What's the health on this Marine? This Marine is full health, but that is still going to die to 4 Zerglings pretty easily. Zergling speed is not too far from finishing up. Let's see here. Yeah, pretty darn close. And we have Zerglings in our main. That's really difficult to deal with as a Terran player with this low of a Marine count. Let's see, is this our Academy? This is our Academy. Our Academy just got delayed. That's pretty rough. But we do have enough Marines here now to chase these out. I wouldn't have minded seeing him try to snipe one of these SCVs before he left. 3 Zerglings could easily pick off one of those really quickly if his opponent doesn't respond to it. Spire is on the way. Just looking at chat real quick. Azhi, you're a farmer? Like, legitimately? You live on a farm, you own cows and all that? That's awesome. 3rd hatch is coming down for our Zerg player here. I grew up in an area that's kind of a small town, so I did a little bit of farm work for family when I was younger. It's hard work. I never milked a cow, though. That's pretty crazy. Alright, 2 racks, not making out of either of them. We're finishing our Academy finally. Our Academy is delayed now, though. Spire is just about to pop. What is our timing at? Yeah, just about to pop. We've got a 3rd racks coming down. That should be our eBay here, right? Yeah, that's our eBay. Yeah, it is definitely nice for staying in shape. It's hard work. Alright, mutas are popping. +1 muta attack is on the way. We are at 24 drones to 26 SCV. So our drone count's a little bit low, but that early pressure that those lings caused actually kept our SCV count pretty low. In fact, we're missing quite a few SCV cycles here. We got our comm stats on the way now, but prior to that, there was at least 10 seconds there where an SCV wasn't making. So we could have been at 28 and then started the comm stats, possibly. Mutas are out now. What have we got? What's our first count? 4 mutas instead of 6. Turrets are going down. Turret in the main is going to be finished. Turret by the barracks may not be done in time. What's our marine count at? Do we have 4 in the bunker? We do have 4 in the bunker, so we can chase these initial mutas off as long as we're on top of it. 4th rack's just about to finish up. Scan's going down. Scans the main and natural. Doesn't scan for a 3rd. Initial muta's getting it chased out by that turret here. 1 SCV on gas. That seems wrong, although he does have quite a bit of gas banked up. Wouldn't you want to be saving up to do the vessel switch at this point? Maybe one of my turns in chat can let me know. Once again, 4 turrets in the natural middle line, but these turrets are so misplaced, you can easily get these SCVs, possibly even this one here. He's going to go for this turret once again. He really likes picking off turrets. Oh, and he is going to get it. He also gets this SCV, maybe? Nope, this turret is going to finish. The second one goes down. That actually blocks this mineral patch off. That SCV is going to have to go all the way around. But not the biggest deal. It is a lower mineral patch. Good pick off there. Let's see if we can get another SCV here. Oop, SCV does pull away right before he goes in. X production is going pretty constant now. SCVs are being pumped, but we are currently at 31 drones to 27 SCVs. There was a long period of time there where SCVs just weren't being made, so that's going to be a bit rough for Doodle. You definitely don't want to be behind on worker count at this point. Ooh, that Marine, or that Medic, I mean. Looks like it is going to get away. Oh, he blocks these 2 patches off entirely. Okay, he's going to kill this turret so that the SCVs can access it, so that's at least good. Picks off 1 there. Now, these patches here are pretty open to muta harass. He can hit all 3 of these, possibly. The 2 far ones, for sure. Overlords are going on there. Still got muta production. We do have our Hydralisk Den. That's probably another Evo Chamber, right? Or is that the Queen's Nest? That's an Evo Chamber. Do we have a Queen's Nest on the way yet? We do have a Queen's Nest. So we are going to get into that hive tech around that 9-minute mark. It's going to be a little bit delayed, but not by too much. Terran's getting pretty decent marine count. He's definitely at the point where he should be looking to be moving out on the map. I think he's killed more of his own missile turrets this game than the Zerg has killed in all 3 series. Alright, both these missile turrets are going to fall with the power of Zerg. Let's see how many SCVs he can get here. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he needs to get out of here with these Marines coming in. He can hold off and pick off these up here still, but he's got to be really careful. I think that was 7 SCVs total, 8 SCVs now total, and a few Marines for about 4 mutas. So not a bad trade. What's our muta count now? We are currently at 9 mutas. One of them is almost dead, though. We got more mutas at home. Lurker aspect should be finished now. Do we have lurkers morphing yet? Not quite yet. Ooh, that's a bad engage. Yeah, that's a bad angle. Looks like he's going to try and dive back into the main. It would actually be a really good timing to do it. He's seeing this army move out with a Zergling. Go into the main. Go into the main with your mutas. You should have lurkers back at home. You'll be fine. No, go into the main. Go into the main. Darn it. No vessels with lurkers at home. I would have gone into the main. He doesn't have any as 3rd quite yet, though, but these should pop in time. So, like, I don't know why he pulled these mutas back. Oh, he's going to go for the whole position micro. Oof. Loses a muta for Marine there, but that's okay. I think he's just baiting. Oh, the scan goes down right on it. He's aware. Doodle sensed that weird attack from the mutas and was like, something's up here. That's not normal. Well, what's Doodle's plan at this point, then? Our hive is done. Defiler Mound is finished. Consume is on the way. Got another macro hatch? Is that what that is? That is a macro hatch. Ooh. Free medic. Another free Marine. And this is kind of the power of mutas, just going around picking off little straggler bits of units here. And we do have our 2 port going down again. I believe that's the second... No, that's the science facility. Do we have a second star port? There it is. So we are going once again into SK Terran. Zerg a little bit worried about drops, getting some preemptive Scourge out here. I like that. It's something that a lot of Zerg players, myself included, struggle with, is dying to drops. I've gotten a lot better about not dying to them now, but there's absolutely no reason not to do this. I don't know if it's better to put them on a small patrol, because they actually... Their vision radius is tiny. Like, this Scourge can barely see this mineral patch. But even if the dropship were to fly like this close to them, they still wouldn't attack. They don't have a very big aggro radius. So I usually put them on a small patrol, just back and forth. I don't know if it's actually better or not, though. I haven't really tested it. Just something I personally prefer. These lurkers are still here with these Marines still being at a stalemate. We got a small push going around the outside, though. Ooh, he can scout or snipe this Defiler if he's quick enough. One lurker is going to fall for free. Loses only 2 Marines. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Second Defiler is done here. Do we have a Defiler this natural as well? No, we don't. Or the third, I mean. One vessel is coming up. Another lurker's going to fall. Oh, gets the Dark Swarm just in time. Much better swipe from the Defiler Spines this time. And a 4th base getting ready to be taken here by a Zerg player. Now this is really vulnerable to being killed with this small small Marine patch here. More Zerglings coming up to be devoured. I'm a bit worried that our Terran player is not trying to expand. He's out on the map right now. This is the perfect time to try and take his expansion. Defilers are out. His science vessels were definitely late as well, so that's really rough. But he definitely is going to need another base here for too much longer. Terran main mines out usually around 17 to 18 minutes. Oh, he's going to get one Defiler. Can he get the second one? Oh, just barely doesn't get it. That 4th base also still has not gone down. They might have. Let me, yeah, we can top versus bottom it for it. I usually like to stay the colors in case the players have a preferred color. But, yeah, let me top versus bottom, because I do agree. It's really hard to tell what is what on the minimap, so we'll top versus bottom for you guys. Okay, our first science vessels are out. We are going to kill that Defiler off. We should have some more stacked up back here, right? We got one more. Is that? It's a larva. Ooh, be careful with these Marines. Only loses one. That's not too bad. What's our... Man, Zerg units heal up a lot. That was probably that one almost a dead lurker. This group's still not doing much. At least move up and, like, see what's going on with it. Okay, he is going to pop up here. That 4th did not get taken, so it's going to find nothing, but at least he's finally doing something with that ball. Vessels are moving forward. We got 3 Irradiates. He's looking for a Defiler first. Yeah, all these scans coming down here are looking to see if there's a Defiler coming up. Doesn't see one, so we should see some Irradiates going down on these lurkers. Are we going to switch into Lurker Hydra here, or are these just being made into... Yeah, they're just being made into lurkers. These ones just got kind of forgot about, or are being used intentionally to keep the science vessels back. Is he saving 1 Irradiate? Yeah, that's at 75 energy. Plague goes down on this little group of Marines here, and the medic is at full energy. Let's see. If this group lives, I want to see if this medic has any energy left over. It's not going to live. I was kind of curious how long a Plague actually lasts in energy numbers. I'm pretty sure that medic would have been at 0 energy before it wore out, though. Plague lasts so freaking long. Moving forward here with the Marines, but this is attacking the high ground, or attacking onto high ground. Not all these Marines are hitting from the high ground. It's going to finally push this back, but we have a huge swarm of lurkers coming in now. Instantly burrows them, gets 1 spine off. Doesn't lose too much, though. Oop, turn around and attack. Is going up onto the high ground here. JiffyMix banking quite a bit of money for being only on 3 bases, honestly. Big Plague. Oh my gosh. This army is, like, essentially dead now. Oh, he's got to be really careful. Oh, that science vessel is going to live. What did that put him down to? 3 HP, so just stop at the 3. Ooh. Hold position your medics. Don't waste your energy. Hold position your medics or move them at least. Okay, Plague just wore off, so let's see if we can get healed up here. Zerg didn't really capitalize on this Plague too much. Hydras are moving forward. Well, they are going to just die without attacking, though. Do we have Hydra upgrades? We do, actually, so we might be going into Defiler, Hydra Lurker. We're at 1-1, so our Zerg is actually up on upgrades. Ooh, big swarm, big spines going down there. What do we got back home? Quite a big MM ball back home. CC not being built on location, being built here. Vessels are coming home. Ooh, he might be able to snipe 2 lurkers for free here if he noticed that. I don't think he did, though. He flew past and definitely saw them in vision. He just didn't see them with his own eyes. A bunch of speedlings coming out. They are 2-1 cracklings. Oh, get the irradiate on the Defiler. Oh, he's got to be careful here. Okay, he does pull back. Doesn't lose too much. 3 Defilers just sitting right here waiting to be irradiated, but it looks like we don't have energy. Yeah, no energy. Those are medics over there. We've got 2 more vessels back at home. The vessel count just feels really low. He hasn't lost that many. I think that's the second one that he's lost. I don't know why his vessel count's so low. Yeah, Zerg's definitely making having a fun game of this. He's doing pretty well. Oh my gosh. He's got 5 Defilers here right now. I mean, one's irradiated and about to die, but there's still 4 more. That's so many Defilers. Here come the Zerglings to be eaten. It's quite a large MM ball, though. So what's the plan here, Terran? The Zerg holds the hike. Oof. Oh, almost loses another vessel there. That would have been really bad. Oh, no. Attacking up that ramp is not the play. But you gotta do something before it gets too late, because we're about to have Defilers pushing into your natural. Looks like he's gonna just run past and go for the counter, maybe? Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna go for a counter here. Ooh, loses another vessel here. There's just so many Defilers here, like he can't even irradiate them all. Like, even if he irradiates this one and this one, there's more follow-ups. Like, these units are getting into this natural. There's no stopping it. I like the Fire Bat transition. A few more Fire Bats, he might be able to actually take some of these under Dark Swarm, but it might be too little too late. I mean, these are 2-1 lurkers. 2-2 now. And there goes the Dark Swarm into the natural. Those are going to come in. Let's see what this counterattack can do. Ooh, he's just standing on lurkers. I don't think he's noticing he's microing it as natural. He's just going to lose all of these for nothing. Oh, he finally notices, but there's only 4 Marines left on this counterattack. That's the GG. JiffyMix is going to take it 2-1. My goodness. It was a heck of a first series. Alright. I am going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break, see if I can fix the scoreboard on the screen because it's driving me crazy. So I will be back with you guys here in just a few minutes. Bear with me here, guys. You're going to hear some weird audios. I'm deleting all of these and remaking them. I apologize for the confusion and the messed up start here. It's my first time using Streamlabs for this, so I assumed I could just copy and paste. Okay, we should be back. The screen is too small for me to do this, so I'm going to have to just update these as we go through, so sorry for that, but it's the best that I can do. So let's see here. Score 1. We got Doodle scored 1. Oh, I don't want to go to that. And got JiffyMix. At least I know for next time that I can't... oops, not the logo. This. 2. 2-1 was our score there. JiffyMix takes it 2-1. So let's go ahead and get ready to hop into our next game here. Let's pull that replay up, and I will have to edit the names once we get in. All right. Oh, these replays are out of order for my board, so let me actually get them in order with my board. Hold on. So next we got McSmush and Bojack. There are their replays. Brood War alphabetized, or rather Windows alphabetized it, so. Alright, let's get into our next game. Oh, and they did not top versus bottom, so we're going to have to deal with their default colors. In the top right, we've got our olive Zerg. It is Bojack. And in the bottom left, we have our green, or is that teal Terran? McSmush. Let's go ahead and update the scoreboard real quick while they're doing their start stuff here. So we got McSmush versus... Oh, let me edit it. There we go. Bojack. And score should be 0-0 once again. There we go. All updated. All right, let's see what our players are doing. So far, nothing crazy, so I didn't miss anything. That's good. And I'm going to switch to a more of an HTML setup for getting those names and all that put in there, because right now editing it through Streamlabs is a bit of a pain in the butt, but that's okay. We'll make do for the stream. Alright, what is our Zerg going to do here? We're not going to see an overpulse, we are going to see the 12 hatch out of our Zerg. Nothing crazy out of our Terran, but we are putting our supply depot here, so that's a bit non-standard, I would say. Barrett showing down at the ramp. And yep, there's our 12 hatch coming up for our Zerg player. Going to send out a drone now. I personally always send this drone. Let's see, was that the drone he sent? Yeah, good. I like to see that. That's the worst mineral patch in this game. There's our 12 hatch. Are we going to see a drone pop up? No, so we are going to see probably another 11-10 out of our Zerg player here. And what's wrong with Linux, Dada? How dare you? Where's this SCV going, actually? Are we going to see some sort of proxy? Oh, no, we're on Vermeer. So it's actually... Yeah, that is the right path to get down to this base. Okay. I was thinking this was Polyvoid for a second there. Was very confused about that scouting path. Yeah, so we got a 12, 11, 10 from our Zerg player. Looks like we are going to get the 1 rack expand out of our Terran player here as well. We are making that Marine first, supply depot on the low ground. Oh, he just spent a bunch of money on something. That's not a supply depot then. No, that is a supply depot. Where'd all that money go? Did he just cube a bunch of SCVs and Marines? No. So we are making that 16th SCV then, right? No. Okay, so we are stopping... Yeah, we're stopping on 16. Alright, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was 15 SCVs that you made the CC on, but it's 16, I guess. Because that's Terrans have done that twice in a row now. Oh my gosh. Mac? No. No. Dada. I expected better of you, my friend. So our Terran... Did our Terran scout? Oh, he did a double scout. He just hasn't moved this SCV back. So we are in the main base of our Zerg player here. He does see the lair timing. We got 2 Zerglings popping. That's a lot more normal. Doing a little bit of drone harass, but he's not going to pick one off. Ooh, gets it pretty close though, but he loses the SCV. We could throw it on the Hydra Den right now and do a lurker all in if he really wanted to. Let's see if he's going to send another SCV out to scout. What's this SCV doing? Is he going to build the bunker? Is that what this is for? Looks like it's undecided at the moment. This SCV is just hanging out, cheering on his friend. You go, my man. Make that command center. More drones coming out. Zergling speed started. Pretty much normal for our Zerg player. Our Terran, a bit behind on SCVs, though. He should be up on SCVs. Mac is like Linux that actually works. I'm not gonna touch that one. Spire is going down here. I'm assuming that's our Spire. Yeah, Spire is going down. Second gas is being taken. That's your usual timing, Zerg players. Lair finishes, throw down Spire, take your second gas. That will give you enough gas to pop 6 mutas right as the Spire pops. So it looks like we're not going to get a bunker here. We are at 19 SCVs to 19 drones. SCVs are slightly ahead of the drone count, but that's a bit low on the SCV count. It's really got me worried here for McSmush a bit. This SCV is just looking around for a third base, but it looks like he's going to miss the drone snuck past him. He's going to take a third up here in this main. 4 Zerglings are out now, 2 pairs of Zerglings. So this SCV is not going to be able to get in and scout the main, most likely. They have speed now, so it'd be pretty impressive if he did. Let's take a look here. Oh, he could, actually. No. Bojack notices he's going to kill this SCV. No, just run them in front of the... There you go. Nope. Right click past the SCV. Now attack. Right click past. You got it in the end. Alright, there's that. Oh, how many Marines is that? 10. I thought the, I guess the 5:15 move out is 10, and the 5 minute is 8 Marines, so I guess that's normal. Oh, these 2 Marines are separated from the group, though. These Zerglings are going to run across them. Oh, he doesn't notice. He does notice, but it's going to be maybe too late. Let's see if he responds in time. He does. He manages to save all those Marines. That's big. That could have been massive. There is no Sunkens here, but mutas are about to pop. 7 mutas. There should be 6 immediately, and there's probably one that's just barely got made. Oh, we got 5 and then 2, actually. So we'll have 5 mutas here. 5 mutas can still handle this with those Zerglings. Ooh, especially because these Marines are really stimmed and not getting healed up. He's got to be really careful here. There is enough mutas to hold this with good micro. He's got to be careful not to lose any drones here, though. These drones are really important. Loses 1 drone, loses a second. Ooh, not the best control from these mutas so far. Loses a 3rd drone. Okay, the Marines are here, or the Zerglings are here, just auto-attack. Just A-click. Okay, we lost 4 drones there, and 2 mutas. Not the greatest, but definitely not game-ending. Our 3rd is now up. And back at home, we have, very late turrets, actually. There's no turret started yet in the natural. Okay, there it is. No turret in the main. That's a really late turret in the main. These mutas could do some pretty good damage. They're going straight to the natural, but they can still get damage in the natural. And they can get damage in the main as well. So it doesn't really matter where they go. This turret's going to finish right after they arrive. He might even be able to stop this if he's finishing it. Oh, he does. Just barely. Come on, micro. Return the damage. 2 SCVs. Oh no, stay in. You could have finished that. Oh, darn. That's okay. We're up on drones to SCVs still. It doesn't necessarily need to get the damage done. Yeah, he missed a couple of shots there. Muta Micro can be hard, man. Even I miss shots on occasion. Everyone misses shots. I've seen pro players miss shots. It happens to all of us. Alright, this main is still pretty exposed. It's only one turret on this mineral line, and it's barely covering this mineral line. Our SCV count is so low, McSmush. You need to work on your SCV production there, my friend. Oh, we're going to lose a lot of SCVs here, too. That's going to be 4 SCVs, 5 SCVs. We're going to have 6 total that have dropped to these. 7, 8. We've lost 8 SCVs to this first initial Muta swipe. That's pretty big, especially because he was already low on SCVs. So this is looking really, really good for our Zerg player. What do we got going up here? We got Queen's Nest coming down. Macro Hatch? Nope, that's a Hydra Den. Bit of a late Hydra Den, but that's okay. Not a big deal. He doesn't need lurkers right now. He's doing pretty well holding with just the mutas. Such a small Bioforce. Like, his mutas can actually kill this Bioforce without a problem. A couple of lanes picked off for free. That's always nice. Let's see. Okay, our Terran is going to try and move out. You have to be really careful with these types of things, splitting up your units like this. These are just free for the mutas now. Yeah, they're gonna get found and get picked off. We got another group going off to the side on its own as well. This is a mostly medic army at this point. Okay, these 3 are going to regrow. Oh, nope, mutas find them just in time. Oh, this is looking really, really good for Bojack. Ooh, bit of a missed shot there. Not a big deal, though. I would have gone for the medic there instead of the Marine, but that's okay. He's using hold position micro. So for my Zerg players out there, hold position micro is great, but you don't want to rely on it solely. You can actually get more range out of A-clicking or right-clicking on a unit. Oh, I didn't know you can do that. If I right-click on a unit, it follows it. That's cool. Hold position micro spreads out the shots. The only reason you want to use that is if you want to spread out the shots. Outside of that, it's better if you can get used to clicking on the actual unit you want to attack. The mutas will attack faster, giving you more range, because you can hit and move away quicker than you can with hold position, and it's just a bit more accurate, because all of your mutas will hit the one target you want. The reason I bring that up is in that situation, there was a medic that was really exposed. The mutas will never target that medic over the Marines, so if he would have targeted just that medic, he could have killed that medic without taking any damage, and that's big. Still pretty light on our turrets here. He could actually kill this whole mineral line with a good micro. He can kill this turret instantly. 2 shots, boom, dead. We might lose our third in the meantime. He's actually going to go for all the turrets here. In the meantime, the third's going to be attacked completely exposed. There's no lurkers there or nothing. Let's keep an eye on these mutas. I want to see if they're taking damage. Oh, we're going to lose our whole mineral line in the third. This is exactly what McSmush needed to get back into this game, because he was definitely behind and hurting. Is he going to cancel lurker aspect, or we already have lurker aspect at least? But no more hydras are going to be unmade, so there's no more lurkers. Now, there is enough mutas here to clear out this marine ball, especially because there's no medics with it. I would really like to see him focus the hatchery. He's not going to be able to actually get the hatchery in time. Queen's Nest. Do we already have our hive? We already do, so the Queen's Nest is a pointless focus. That's a perfect spot to use hold position micro. Gets a lot of drones kills. Unfortunately, doesn't kill the hatchery, though. I don't know that he could have, but I would have probably tried to focus the hatchery as him in that situation. But it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. He saves his natural mineral line, which is big. None of the SCVs down here fell. He immediately pulled his mutas back. And he killed a bunch of drones, so either way, that was a huge win for our turn player here. He needs to rebuild these turrets here, though. Okay, here we go. Turrets are coming up now. Ooh. Good control so far. Loses 1 muta for 3 marines. Oh. Good control from our Terran there as well. Pushing forward, getting a second marine, or a second muta there. He's got a small enough marine count, though, that these mutas can finish this off with good micros. He's got to be really careful here. That was a good attack right there. Ooh, there's 1 muta that's almost dead, but the Marines aren't targeting it. Down to 4 mutas left, but he does wipe this ball out, and now we have lurkers going into the natural. There's nothing here to stop this. Do we have science vessels or anything on the way? We don't. This might be game over. Lurkers are in the natural, and he has no way to stop this. Oh, that lurker lives with 4 HP. Oh, the rally's messed up as well. He's got to re-rally. We don't even have science vessels on the way or ready yet. Looks like he's going to abandon his natural and try and hold this ramp. we have 2 factories? We do. We have 2 factories. We double made factories on accident. Lift the command center at least. Okay, lifted the command center. We are at 33 SCVs to 24 drones. If he can recover this natural quickly, maybe he's got a chance, but this is looking really dire now. Losing your natural is pretty much a game-ending move. What are we at our muta count? At 11 mutas, or is that 9? That's 9. And we're going dropships instead of vessels. Or have we landed the factory at least? We haven't landed the factory, so we have no response for these lurkers, so we're just going all in here pretty much. Picks off the SCV building the science facility, that's pretty big. He doesn't even have enough marines to really handle these mutas, he's got to fight with turrets. Bojack kind of ripping McSmush apart right now. Have you played him before, Tarpman? Is it pretty normal for him to like double make factories and things like that? I actually don't know much about McSmush. I've never seen him play, or Bojack actually for that matter. Okay, dropships are out, but it's going to be really difficult for him to get out of here with his dropships. He got mutas to his north, he's got lurkers to the right, and there's nowhere he can really sneak past. Oh, he's loaded up every marine he owns. If this gets caught by these mutas... Looks like he's going to push for... Oh, we got defilers now. Oh, he stops the defilers from getting into the cloud, though. He's going to pick it off. That's actually huge. I don't know if it's enough, but that's pretty good. Okay, let's get some fire bats. Okay, we got fire bats being produced. All this dropship somehow actually gets out. But these lurkers, there's not much you can really do about them. Oh, you need to repair this bunker if you're going to... He's just building a second bunker further back. Dropship is landing down in that third base. 27 drones at the moment. We'll see how much he kills up there. Actually, the drone count hasn't dropped at all. He's just not responding, not doing anything with it. Those mutas are coming back to respond to it. The Defiler is out. He's going to place a swarm on the barracks. This is looking more and more dire. I just don't know how our turn can recover. I don't like to call it as a caster. You know, you always want to give your player the benefit of the doubt that, you know, anything can happen. But McSmush is looking really dire here. And there it is. We're going to get a GG called from McSmush. Bojack's going to take game number 1. All right, let's get our scoreboard set up on this one. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to grab this little thing. There we go. So we're up 1-0. Bojack is the one. Oops. That's right, I gotta remember not to use that key. There we go. I'm so used to using numbers on numpad, but that's just how I change my scenes. Okay, so let's update that. Bojack is currently up 1-0. And let's get into our next game. All right, in the top right, we have our yellow Terran. It is MG McSmush. And in the bottom right, currently up 1-0, it is our pink Zerg Bojack. Let's go ahead and get this score updated for these players on this screen as well. Bojack is currently up 1-0. Really interesting game from both of our players there. Both have some things they can improve on. Let's see if they warmed up after game 1. Sometimes people hop on without playing for a day or two and just go right into their CPL match, so it takes a game or two for them to warm up. So let's see if we see a bit of a stronger play out of both our players here. both of them are decent enough players, but definitely some mistakes there that seem like T1 shouldn't make. A lot of missed SCVs, for instance, things like that. So let's see what Bojack favors on a 2-player map versus Terrans as well. Some people do like the overpool. I personally am not a big fan of it, but risking the BBS is always a danger on 2-player maps. It can be quite a pain. T0s? What about T0s? Oh, this is T0s. T0s shouldn't... I would imagine T0 is, you know, roughly low B and above, so by that point you should be pretty good at keeping on constant SCV production. So I'm hoping that both these players are just not quite warmed up. Not that, of course, a B player won't ever not miss an SCV, it happens, but... Yeah, no, that's kind of what I mean. Like, it happens for me as well. You think it started a little lower this season, so like a high C is our lowest T0? Actually, I'm not sure what the MMR range is for each of the tiers this season. I know it did change and fluctuate, so... I know our T1 is massively encompassing. Alright, so we are going to see our 12, 11, 10 from our Zerg player here, and our 1 Rax expand once again from our Terran player. I've been warming up my whole life. That's good, Maxa. Interesting supply depot placement. I guess it works. You can't place it any higher up, or else the Zerglings can just sneak past this rock here. T1 is 1100 to 1650. I mean, see, I would agree with that, but I'm like an 1800 player, and I got put in T1, so, I mean, obviously it's not perfect. Players are going to be places that... Oh, was he going to get the drone? He gets the drone! Drone for an SEV trade? My point is that, yeah, meanwhile, my point is that the ranks aren't perfectly, like, balanced. Some players are placed high, some players are placed low, it happens. Yeah, I'm 1800, I'm tier 1. I didn't play in preseason, though, so I think they placed me based on my last season's placement, and I barely played last season, so I don't think I got, like, upgraded. I think that's why they put me in tier 1. But I've been queuing for both T1 and T0 matches, so I figure they'll figure it out eventually. SCV trying to get into the main here, but these Zerglings are actually doing a pretty good job of saying no. Oh, he blocks it again! Oh, this SCV is almost dead. He's not going to be able to get into that main. He's going to have to run home. Run home with his little SCV tail tucked between his little SCV legs. Although I guess SCVs don't have legs. I mean, they have legs here on the thing, but they're considered a floating unit because they don't trigger mines, so... I guess they have legs, but they don't actually walk. They float on their legs. That's weird. This Overlord position is a bit dangerous, although you can flee to here once he has Marine range to live, but Marines can hit that with Marine range. SCVs are Chad. They're the same health as a Goliath. Wait, are they? No, they're not. Goliaths have 125 health, don't they? Oh, the same height as a Goliath, not health. I misread that. In lore, they have the same height? That's crazy. SCVs are massive, dude. They are. They're Chads. I didn't even know that. Alright, Spire is about halfway done. Do we have an eBay finished yet? Our eBay's only just now starting. Our turrets are going to be late once again from McSmush. I don't think he has the timing of the 12, 11, 10 down right. Well, I guess eBay's build pretty quick, actually. Never mind, I'm just wrong. eBay's build insanely fast. Holy crap. I mean, I don't necessarily have to imagine. That's kind of how it is in Warhammer. The, like, Marines are, like, 10 feet tall or some ridiculous thing like that, so... Part of the reason that Warhammer tried to claim that StarCraft stole from them, even though all of Warhammer stuff was also stolen from previous sci-fi writers. But yeah, I'm not as positive on Terran timings. I'm still working on it and learning them. Okay, we got 2 creep colonies coming down this time, but they're not going to be Sunkens in time if we just stim and move forward. He is. This might be a game ending. Oh no, why are you pulling back? Get in there before the Sunkens finish. That one Sunken's going to finish, but you can focus that down real quickly. Okay, restim, restim. Oh no, restim. There you go. Those Sunkens are gonna fall. We are having to abandon our natural. This is not enough mutas to handle this many Marines. Ooh, I would actually be going... I think I'd go towards the main and try and pick off the mutas. I wouldn't be trying to snipe this hatchery. Although he might get it. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get the natural hatchery. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a dangerous move to not make sunks. His mutas were not in time, especially on a two-player map like this. Butter's rush distance is not that long. The natural hatchery has fallen. Ooh, he's gonna pick off that oh my gosh, Mutalisk right as it finishes. That's pretty big. 5 mutas. Let's see how the micro is. Ooh, he picks off the injured muta. These two are about to pop. Doesn't manage to kill either one, so we are at 6 mutas once again. 6 mutas versus 6 Marines. That's a pretty easy fight for the mutas. But you've got to reclaim your natural. He does have that kind of sneaky third base. Okay, be careful with your... Okay, you're just kind of over-microing at this point. Just A-click. There you go. Losing the natural is big. I'm not entirely sure how Zerg plans on recovering from this, but he didn't lose the drones. That is actually an important thing to recognize. He managed to pull all the drones out in time, so his drone count's pretty much unaffected. Meanwhile, back at home, we have so many SCVs not doing anything for our turn player. I like this from our turn player, though. He's over-making turrets, because at this point he knows the Zerg basically only has the mutas to survive on. Like, the Zerg has to do damage with the mutas. Yeah, saving the drones is massive. Overproducing turrets here, though, really good for McSmush. I want to point that out. A lot of Terrans are lazy about this. They do a bunch of damage, and then they don't bother making extra turrets, and then they just lose to the mutas. I see it all the time. Okay, another bio push out here, but he's got to be really careful. There is enough mutas here to actually pick this bio off. Not with that kind of control, though. Keep your... Yep, okay, that's fine. You can move on to the map. You just got to be really careful. Keep your Marines grouped up. Like, that's so many easy to pick off Marines. I'm drooling as a Zerg player right now. I am salivating looking at this Marine spread. That is so easy. That is so easy. Group your Marines, please! Alright, we're reclaiming our natural. We are droning up this third base, so that's at least something, and it's unscouted. Now, if Terran does find that, that's pretty big. What's our muta count? He's good enough to one-shot a muta. He must have missed some shots. That's a dangerous rally. 2 Marines and 1 medic. Oh. Oh. Is he going to see the medic? I mean, one thing I'd like to point out, he's only had 1 medic this whole time, so it's entirely out of energy. This new medic's going to struggle to keep up. All of these Marines have been stimming a lot, so we're essentially at almost no medics right now. Ooh, some miscontrol there from our mutas. I'm also not entirely sure how some of those Mutalisks didn't shoot, because he did not kill that Marine in one shot. That's strange. Alright, what are we scanning? Scanning the natural, so we know the natural is back up. Haven't transferred drones over here yet, though. I would like to see some Sunkens go down in a drone transfer. It's not even worth picking up these medics at this point. They have no energy. No, I don't think the Zerg is, like, far behind. McSmush is missing SCVs still. I mean, our 4 racks is late. It's 10 minutes and we're just barely getting our science vessels down. We do have a hive up in Defiler Mount on the way. I'm assuming that's what that is. Nope, it's a Greater Spire. We're going into Greater Spire. Ooh. Ew. Pretty decent drone saturation over here. Our 3rd as well for having to saturate it just off the hatchery's production. And we do have some Sunkens going down. So I think our Zerg player's fine. I think he's recovered. I think we've got a game here. And we got a Hydra Den, so we're gonna go Hydra Defiler. Or Hydra Devourer. Hydra Guardian, oh my gosh. What is the unit called? Guardian, thank you. Hydra Guardian. Does he not have +1 on his mutas? Is that what's going on here? He doesn't have +1. That's probably the difference in damage. Yes, it was 2 starports. He's got double port. He's gonna get his science vessels up now, but I feel like they're late. Shouldn't they? I mean, I feel like your first vessels are usually out like 9 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. I don't know the exact timing. I'm just trying to think of when they feel like they come out against me. But 10 minutes feels about right. For, like, having vessels already on the map and, like, at your opponent's natural. I mean, we all have bad games. I'm definitely not trying to like, make any of these players feel bad or say that they're bad players. It could just be that they're having a bad day. Sometimes you miss stuff, sometimes you have bad days. This was really good hold from Bojack. McSmush got a little bit too greedy there. I definitely wouldn't have taken that attack. But that was really good Muta control there from Bojack. Well done. Just gotta be careful moving this next Marine Ball across the map. It's just trickling across. It's pretty easy pickings for our Mutalisks here. McSmush probably thought he won, so he took his foot off the gas. I mean, maybe. It's something I used to struggle with a lot when I came back for StarCraft 2. I would essentially play with my food. I'd like win the game, and then just be cocky and like not finish it and just dick around. And then next thing I know, sometimes I just lose an already won game. Guardian's coming up behind the natural. And this is scary. We have 2 vessels out already, but I mean, we'll have 4 vessels. We'll have 4 irradiates here before too much longer. Zergnat, in the meantime, is getting broken. Alright, I'm more curious about this than I am about that up there for now. Okay, these Marines are just sitting. He's not microing that, so let's go back up and watch this, actually. 36 SCVs. He's going to go for the eraser trick on the Guardians, actually. I've never thought to do that. That's actually kind of clever. He's got to get them actually on top of them, though. Erasering Guardians. That's a really good way to kill them all with minimal storms. Will it actually last long enough, though, is the question. Ooh, you got to micro it, though. Natural did get cleaned up in the meantime. He didn't get the hatchery. And all the Guardians are going to get killed up, or picked off as well. So pretty decent hold. I like that from McSmush. That was really smart play. I really liked that. Ooh, he's got to be careful not to lose any of these vessels, though. We do have irradiate, so we could irradiate this Muta ball. It's only 6 Mutas, but it's really hard to judge. Oh, that's a bad time to do it, though. And he gets an injured Muta as well. That sucks. That happens, though. We got a second irradiate going down. Gets another Muta. So we're down to 3 Mutas that are all pretty weak. Muta game is pretty much done at this point. Bojack gonna just GG, actually. I'm not 100% sure why, but alright, that's gonna tie the series up to 1-1. I feel like it was still a playable position. He was behind for sure, but he was on Hive Tech. But alright. I think it was a playable position. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle, but I don't feel like the game was over. All right, let's get the score updated on this screen here. We are now tied up 1-1. Oops. And that's true. I mean, his supply was really low. It was half the supply. He just lost all of his Guardians. He was definitely relying on those Guardians to do a lot of damage. But our Terran was only mining on 1 base. I mean, I guess he didn't really have anything to hold, like a push out across the map. I don't know. I feel like I would have waited for the push, and when I saw the push coming, then I would have GG'd, because you never know. McSmush could be scared and play passively and give you the time that you need to come back. But let's go ahead and get into our last game here. Currently tied up 1-1. Yeah, he'd have to hope for a mistake. It wasn't like an easy comeback at all, but I don't feel like it was impossible. All right, in the top right we have our... I'm not even sure what that is. Is that Tan Terran? MG McSmush? And in the bottom left we have our pink Zerg. It is Bojack. And let's go ahead and update our score here for our viewers. Yeah. No, personally, I think if I was in that game... I mean, it's easier to see as a caster, so, like, judge not, yes, you be judge yourself or whatever. But, from what I saw as a caster, I probably would have at least waited for him to push across the map on the hopes that, like, maybe he was passive and I could make a comeback. I don't know. I mean, a lot of players I run into on the ladder won't leave until you've basically killed their last building, so even on the ladder I see people, like, holding to the last possible moment, hoping for some sort of comeback. But, you know, Sometimes you just feel like the game is over. I mean, in that point, if the Terran pushed across the map, it was pretty much guaranteed he lost, so... Preview for Keikus's games last week? I don't know. I feel like you GG'd pretty decently when we were playing Keikus. Your timings weren't like... You didn't like hold out for longer than you needed to. Float those buildings. Be a true Terran player. Oh yeah, I love Terran players that float their buildings. Let me just talk about nonsense for the next 10 minutes while our Zerg player finds all the buildings. Oh, he has some sick comebacks? Well, that's good. You have late GG. I mean, we all have late GG for timings from time to time. There's always that one game where, like, you know you're behind, you know the game's probably lost, but, like, just maybe, fingers crossed, maybe I can get something out of this. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. We did have another 12, 11, 10 from our Zerg player here, and it looks like we're going to get that one Rax expand again, so nothing crazy from either player here. Get a little bit of casting in. Might as well do some actual casting while we're waiting for something to happen here. You know, I'm gonna start doing that on my Terran account. When I lose, I'm gonna float all my buildings, but then I'm gonna GG. I'm just gonna do it to scare my opponent, make him think that he's gonna have to waste his time, just to mess with them. I think it's my new thing. Really? Oh my gosh, that's so much harassment on the SCV there. I would never leave a game where I don't know what's going on or I don't like my position. I would always try and play it out. If nothing else, I lose, and then I can learn what to do next time I'm in that position. I would never leave a game for a reason like that. That doesn't make much sense to me, Kimura. But every player is different. I'm not saying that you're wrong for doing that. It's just seems odd to me. I am wrong for doing it, he says. Yeah, I mean, I think so, but I definitely don't want to tell you you're wrong. Like every player has their own limits on what they can mentally handle. It's not like it's wrong to judge you if it's something that like you just mentally can't deal with. Sometimes people are like that. It just happens. Do we have an academy yet? There's the academy. Okay, so we are going to see that 2 Rex timing once again. Are we going to see the 5-minute or the 5:15 time move out though? Is our Zerg going to make Sunkens this time? 2 games in a row, our Zerg has not made Sunkens. He's relied on his Spire getting out in time and his his Mute is getting out in time. But Eclipse has another map where it's a pretty short rush distance. I mean, I think this is essentially like a close spawns on a 4-player map's rush distance, so definitely going to need Sunkens here. If not 2, then at least 1. Might even need 3, depending on how many the Terran has when he goes to push. And looks like we're going to have a 10 push. These should be medics on the way, and we should push then for that 5:15 push-out timing with Stim. Sneaking some Zerglings out to the bottom of the map, though, so it looks like he's going to try and go for a counter when this move-out does happen. But in that case, he doubly needs to get some Sunkens down here. Oh, goodness. So here comes the push-out. For the record, they did not play in top versus bottom. I'm sorry, we're going to have to deal with these colors. Is he going to just try and hold this with Lings? Unless he's planning on following this up with an all-in, Lings are not the most efficient method to deal with a push. They're very larva inefficient. 2 larva creates 2 Sunkens, or 2 larva creates 4 Zerglings. I mean, like... that's not even enough Zerglings. They don't... Oh, well, the medics aren't with the army, though. He's gonna get some decent kills here. Mutas are on the way, but the Mutas are late. This might actually just be GG. Medics are pretty good, man. That Marine's not gonna die. He's gotta pull his drones again. Go into the main. Just go into the main. Ignore the natural. Go into the main. You don't have enough Marines to kill this hatchery. There's no way. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Is he going to get it? The mutas are about to pop. He might get it again. Okay, just ignore me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. He's going to get this hatchery. 4 Marines left over. That's definitely not going to do anything to these mutas. Actually, he might. He does. He gets a muta. He gets a muta with his 4 Marines. Oh, this is just looking really good for McSmush at this point. It wasn't even an early push, though. Mana, like, that's a pretty normal push-out timing. The 2 racks, 1 academy, 515 with 10 Marines. That's a normal push time. Like, you don't have to cut corners for that one at all. 24 SCVs to 17 drones. Our turrets are late once again, though. McSmush, you gotta get these turrets on time, my friend. These mutas could do a lot of damage. These mutas could actually end the game here. Okay, we do have quite a lot of Marines in the background, though. How many mutas is that? That's 6, so not enough to one-shot an SCV yet. Ooh, we can get those 3 Marines. Nope, doesn't go for it. Oh, are you getting too active? Was that 12 Marine move out, McSmush? I assumed it was a 10 Marine move out. Since you're in the chat, you can let me know. Because 515, 10 Marine, 2 medic push out is a normal timing. So it would have to be 12 to be unusual. The Neo can push? Yeah, okay. Alright, we got scans going down, so he does rescan this. Oh, he's looking for thirds as well? Oh, he already did. Oh, it's the wrong person. Okay. So he's looking for thirds, doesn't see any thirds coming up. He knows that natural's probably being retaken. He's had to abandon his own natural. I would like to see at least an SCV down here to, like, start building turrets, defend it with the Marines. Because you can't just lose this natural. Yeah, I mean, obviously the SCV cut is happening because his SCV count's been low every single game, so that's obviously something that's happening, and McSmush is now confirming that in the chat, that he does cut SCVs for that push, so... Ooh, could get the medics here. Gets 1 medic. Let's take a look at our health of our units here. Our medic has pretty good... Oh my gosh, the medic is derping. It's not healing anything. Okay, figured itself out. 2 more mutas, or 2 more Marines go down. He's got to be really careful with that Marine push forward. He doesn't have very many Marines left. We do scan the main, looking for a third still. 2 more Marines go down. Okay, we need to reinforce this Marine ball. Oh, and they're spread out in a way that the Zerg can easily kill all these Marines too. Good stim. Get some muta out of that. That's pretty good. Muta micro plus build is impossible? Nonsense. I do it all the time. I mean, you gotta, like, stop for 1 second, but... Okay, here comes the backup Marines, but all but 1 Marine from that original pack died. It's definitely difficult to do, Mana Dog. Like, if I'm muta microing, I've got to... I like click them down here, go back real quick, build on a building, and then immediately go back to them. Like, it's obviously you can't do both at the same time, but... You should do it so. 330 APM mutas, that's scary. You got so much going on. Alright, this Marine ball is going to get wiped out. Pretty good focus firing on the mutas, though, so he drops the muta count down to 6, with 3 of them almost dead. So he's going to be able to... Oh, he'll not have... No, my gosh, where's the turrets in the natural? Please, McSmush. Please. Your opponent has to win off of mutas. Make turrets, my friend. Just make turrets. Fortunately, it is a very low muta count. For real, Terran players, in a situation like this where you know they're on a low drone count, overmake turrets. They have to win with the mutas. If those mutas do no damage, the Zerg loses. Alright, our muta count still at 6. Our SCVs are a little bit damaged here, so we're actually getting 1 picks here. We lose 2 mutas there to the turrets. The 2 injured mutas are dead. And here comes a push across the map from McSmush. It's quite a lot of Zerglings, though, with some mutas being reinforced. I think Bojack has enough to hold this if he takes a good fight. He's got to be really careful not to lose anything going across the map here, though. We are going to lose this Overlord, which is rough, because it's going to supply block Bojack once again. And Bojack just made a round of drones. That's definitely not what he needs right now. Oh, he's losing mutas for nothing. Got to be really careful with those mutas. These mutas are extremely important. He's got enough here to actually stop this marine ball, but he's got to have good micro, and he's got good control. It's going to come down to control here. Oof. The whole position betrayed him. He didn't do enough to any single marine. But 2 of them are really weak. If he's in it... He's got to go back in before they get healed, though. What's our medic energy looking like? Well, our medics are actually almost out of energy, so... Bait another stim or 2 out, and we're good to go. And this is going to get cleaned up. They pushed too far forward too quickly. And the next wave is also going to get cleaned up pretty easily by the Zerg player here. That's definitely enough. He's got to be careful not to let the mutas get focused, though. But it's a 2-base Terran against essentially a 1-base Zerg. Our Zerg is on 20 drones, 30 SCVs. Okay, this is better. A bunker, I would still like to see another turret or 2 here. Unless there's one under this somewhere. There might be one under that, I'm not sure. I hope there is. There's not. Ooh. Turrets once again hitting the weak mutas, so 2 mutas fall instantly. Z should throw hatches like crazy, and I agree. Like, he's got so much extra money, I would throw down just 2 extra hatchers, like, maybe 1 will live. He's not spending his minerals anyways, so there's no reason not to. But that also was an APM thing. Like, it takes APM to take a second to go grab a drone, go over here and build a hatchery. Alright, what's our marine upgrades? We're at 1-0. Do we have any upgrades on our mutas? We do have 1-0 on our mutas. How about our Zerglings? Our Zerglings are 0-0. Do we have Hive yet? No. Hydralisk Den on the way. We're finally going to get Sunkens. The 12-minute and 42-second Sunkens. Marine Ball is pushing forward here. Where's our medics? We have 1 medic. 1 medic is not going to be able to heal all these Marines. Okay, there's a second medic. What's the golden rule? Is it like 2 medics per 8 Marines? I feel like it's something like that. Precious APM. Exactly, Volkas. Why make hatcheries when you could be microing mutas? Microing mutas is much funner. 1 per 3 to 4? Is it really that low? I could have seen 6. I just assumed it would have been like 8 or something. That's a lot of medics per Marine. But medics are a pretty good unit, so I can believe it. Either way, point is this feels like a really low medic count for this number of Marines, especially since one of these medics is out of energy already. Mana dog. 8 medics per Marine because you keep losing all your Marines. That does seem to happen to every Terran I've seen play a late game. These Marines are once again gonna get cleaned up. That's a lot of mutas now. We're at 10 mutas, so we're getting to a dangerous number of mutas. Have we built more turrets here? No, we have not. Build 1 here. Build 1 here. Build 1 here. I don't care where you build them. Build a couple more turrets here. This Zerg has to do damage with these mutas. Drone count is slowly coming back up for our Zerg player, too. Our Zerg's kind of coming back into this. It is equal supply. We do have science vessels out now, though, so the era of the Muta is coming to an end, but we have Lurkers basically done. I'm pretty sure you got Lurker aspect. I wasn't paying attention, but that Hydra Den's been done for a while, so I would be surprised if we don't have Lurkers yet. Okay, first push out with science vessels is coming across the map, but it's currently 14 minutes into the game. But the Muta backstab is real. Okay, we do have a couple of irradiates here. He's got to pull the SCVs. He can't be losing extra SCVs. Ooh, he gets a Muta that's not stacked with the rest. Gets another Muta that's not stacked with the rest. Good splits. Actually loses quite a bit more than I thought he would have from those Mutas that were selected there. But those Mutas are pretty soft now, so they're not going to be good on defense. McSmush, you need to go in before these Lurkers finish, my friend. Or at least find the third and go into that. It looks like he might know the third is there. He's heading towards that now. These Mutas are really weak. They're not going to be able to do anything against this Muta ball anymore. Ooh, he gets the block on the ramp, but that's pretty weak. He might be able to be focus fires it. He might be able to stop that egg. There's not many Mutas here either, so he can possibly squeeze past it. Yeah, he can just squeeze past it. Oh man, seems like a bit of an overstim there on that second stim, but that's okay. Alright, I'd have these ones. And Bojack's gonna GG. McSmush is gonna take it 2-0. GG from both of our players. Smush just made lemonade out of rocks. Oh, goodness. 2-0 for our players. Let's get our scores ready next for So's game. All right. I really need to use an HTML doc so I can make this editing a lot easier. This is ridiculous. Alright, I don't care if they're lined up. They're probably not going to be lined up. That's good enough. Let's try to get into the games quickly. So saying he hates how he plays the first game. No spoilers. Well, that might just be a spoiler, and I'm going to announce it to everyone, even though the chat's not displaying in my thing properly, so they wouldn't have been able to read it. Actually, why is the chat not displaying? Did I hide it in an accident? Alright, that should hopefully fix it. Visual settings, source. Yeah, that should fix it, I think. We'll see. Alright, let's get into our games. It's going to be So versus Balance in our next one. Let's see here. Where are you guys at? There you are. Alright, in the top left we have our blue Terran. It is So. And in the bottom right we have our white Zerg. It is Balance. Give me just a second while we update our overlay here. Well, I can have these read from a file. That'd probably be quicker next time. I'll have to play around with that. Alright, so it is Balance on the right, and So on the left. Perfect. Alright, none of our players did anything crazy while I was updating that. That's good. Our Zerg player is looking like he's going to go for the 12 hatch, and So is once again looking like he's... Wait, do we not have a... Oh, Supply Barracks... Or Supply Depot comes down now on this next SCV. There it is. Overlord on the way. Let's see if we're going to get an overpull or if we're going to get a 12 hatch. It's a 4-player map. I would be surprised if we got a overpull instead of a 12 hatch, but you never know. Some players like certain things, so... Alright. Balance, not much of an APM spammer, So very much an APM spammer. He likes to spam those buttons. Breaks is going down. Drone's going to be late for this hatchery, I think. Is this going to be actually impeccable timing? Oh my gosh, it's going to be impeccable timing. That was almost perfect. Not a big deal to be late there, but it is funny. And it looks like we are going to get a 12, 11, 10 from our Zerg once again. The most stock standard Zerg build. And the 1 Rax expand from our Terran player. I almost said Protoss. Which is also, once again, the most stock standard. It is going to be a cross map, so early pressure builds aren't going to be as effective from our Terran player here. But not worth discounting them either. Okay, this Overlord saw the scouting SCV going north. Does he think that it's here now because of that? I'm confused. And our Terran knows that our Zerg is cross-spawn, so we are sending this scout as a cross-spawn. I'm not sure why he didn't send this one over unless that was intentionally to fake out this Overlord. That's a bit weird. I'm a bit confused about that. Alright, second supply depot's down. We're skipping the first marine? No, first marine is out, so CC should be coming down here at 16 SCVs. That's all looking stock standard. Spawning pool just about to finish up. Drone actually going to get chased back. He's not going to go check the main. Did he see the CC? I wonder. I think that CC came down just a little after the vision vanished. But if he saw the CC, then he knows there's no gas, so he must have seen the CC. Catch 9 pool or 12 pool wings. Fair enough. That actually makes sense, because they're going across the middle of the map, then you'll see them be able to react in a timely manner, so losing a little bit of extra mining time might be worth it in that situation. That makes sense, so thanks for the knowledge. Good block here from our Zerglings so far. Scouting SCV going to try its darndest to get into that main base, but so far, pretty good control here from Balanced, telling so absolutely not. You cannot see what's in my main. That is my main, not yours. Second Rax is coming down for our Terran player, followed by the Gas and Academy. Only one mining and gas, though. Okay, there we go. Pulling the gas now. Pulling the boys. Pulling the boys to gas. Good droning coming out of Balance. Balance is actually doing a really good job of staying on top of his droning. He's not missing any larvae at all so far. Spire is on the way. Command Center is finishing up here for our Terran player. This SCV is still alive, so credit where credit's due. Keeping it alive this long is pretty decent. And it's going to get into the main this time. There's nothing here to block it. So he is going to see the Spire. That's important. Boom. Now this SCV can finally go home and get some much-needed rest until a Muta comes along to shoot it. Oh, Zergling speed just finished, though. This SCV is not going to make it home. No! Salute, my friend. You did God's work. We now know Mutas are coming. Oh, wait. The Zerglings are glitching, though. Is it possible? What's his help? One more hit? Aww. He tried. The little SCV that could. 8 Marines, 2 medics. So here comes that more normal push out, the non-cutting SCV version of what we saw last game. And our Zerg is not throwing down Sunkens, although it is cross-spawn positions, so he actually should be able to get Mutas out in time to hold this, so it should be okay. I still personally throw down Sunkens. It's not like they're useless. At some point in the game, they'll probably be used. But I also like to 3-hatcher or do a 12-12 a lot more often lately, which makes my Mutas later. Ooh, he's actually going to send the Firebats out with the army. Gonna get the SCV making the turret. Might even get the turret. He's going to get the turret. That's good. Where's that SCV? It's right there. Oh, oh, oh. Man, slippery as Zergling. Somehow sneak past all of that and get into the main base. This is really good from Balance. He's forcing the Marines to stay pulled back. There's still no Sunkens here. Like, this is huge. Causing these Marines to not start moving onto the map is massive. Hey, what's up, Cookie? Thanks, man. Muta's actually spreading out. Look at that arc. That's amazing. Hold on. Look at that arc. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this T-Rex and no factory at 5:30. What a noob. So saying that about his own play, just so everyone in the YouTube or watching the VOD knows. That's not me insulting So. That's So insulting himself. Oh yeah, that's a lot of turrets. I gotta say, as a Zerg player, I hate to see this. I love to get free SCVs in that mineral line, but... Ooh, can get a... Oh, almost gets the medic there. Medic just barely lives. And that Firebat does get cleaned up. But our Terran player does know where the third is. Double turret here. We got a third one coming up in the main. So being extra careful against the Mutas. He does not want to lose to Muta harass. So please don't ever do this if we play. Just, rely on 1 to 2 missile turrets so I can kill you with my Mutas. Thanks, bud. Much appreciated. We're about to get up to 11 Mutas here before too much longer. And our third Rax and fourth Rax is coming up. That should be our factory there as well. So yeah, we are going to go into SK Terran from here, it looks like. Was there another Firebat down here that I missed, or was this just an over-rally of Lings? I think there was another unit down here, because that Ling is damaged. Somehow doesn't kill that Marine. Only like 2 Mutas attacked. Ooh, another miss micro. Muta did not attack. Now, it's possible for these Zerglings to come in here and do some decent damage, because these Mutas are keeping these Marines on the high ground at the moment. Does get the medic, that's good. Any medic pick-off is great. I love to pick off medics. It happens to all of us, so we all have that day where something just didn't build. Pretty decent control here so far from balance. Yeah, very good muted control so far. Picking off a lot of things for free. He's gonna get another medic here. That's huge. He cannot get a second one. Nope, goes for the Marine. I like that decision. Balance actually got really good muted micro. I'm actually quite surprised. His control of this mutus is pretty darn good. But So is also handling it like a champ. A lot of players would have fallen apart already to this. Keeping his Marines really clumped up. That's really good. Drones coming out, going to that third. Do we have lurkers yet? We have Hydras out on the map. Setting the scouting link forward. Oh, free medic there. That's rough. We're down to 2 medics. 2 medics for all these Marines. Do they even have energy? Barely. So's got to be careful here. +1 attack on the factory, so we're going to see a mech transition. Out of So. Interesting. So far, So, you're the exact kind of tournament player I never want to play against. Late game factories. Building turrets too much for me to do damage with the mutas. You're like my worst nightmare, my friend. Ooh. A bit of miscontrol there. That's a lot of mutas that just fell. But he is pushing forward with these lurkers. Oh no, 2 more fall. Down to 4 mutas left over. Vulture Mine is getting upgraded. We are going into an SK turn, so we're just going to go Vulture with SK turn? Is that what's going on here? I've never seen this before. Or is this for an eventual late game actual transition to mech? Because you're getting the +1 upgrade on weapons. Good spread there from SOH. That was a massive spread. This one Firebat over here still just hanging out. The Ark, my friends. The Ark. A bunch of Hydras not being made into lurkers there. But we do have lurkers across the map. Are we going to go for like a hold position thing here? Is that what the plan is? Yeah, he's trying to guess. Oh, we got Valkyries. Interesting. I absolutely hate Valkyries. I really wish that they would have never been quote-unquote fixed, even though they weren't technically broken before. Oh no, there's nothing here to stop these overlords from dying. Poor overlords. Avert your eyes, fellow Zerg players. Hydralisk basically tickles the Valkyries because they got like 2 base armor. Yeah, 2 base armor. That's insane. Mine's coming out. Yeah. So I hate this. I hate everything about this as a Zerg player. I hate it. Alright, do we have Hive yet? We have Hive starting up at 12 minutes. It's a bit late, but, you know, not too big of a deal. Balance of supply has me worried, though. He's going to really need something massive done here. Scourge out on the map looking for those Valkyrie. Now, it is worth noting Valkyries don't kill Scourge very quickly, so it's a lot easier to connect with Valkyrie than it is with Corsairs. Oh, 2 more Valkyries going across the middle. Does pull them back. Oh no! Oh no, So! Oh, that's so painful! Still a pretty good spread overall. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. That could have been worse. It could have been better, but it could have been worse. Oh my gosh, that was so many dead Marines there. No +1 armor yet either, so they just evaporates. Yeah, and there's the mech switch floating barracks. Oof. I hate mech switches as Zerg, I really do. I'd rather play against mech from the start than mech switches. It just makes me feel so uncomfortable. Especially with Valkyries mixed in. Oh no, the Valkyries are going to find all these overlords. And here they come. There's nothing here to save them. The Scourge are all on the other side of the map. Run, Overlords, run! No! Oh my gosh, that supply block. 68 out of 59, 68 out of 35. And these freaking Valkyrie are gonna go home. They're gonna be perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about. I've got 2 armor, nothing can kill me. Freaking dirty Terran players. Oh my gosh, he's making more? How many Valkyrie are we going up to? What is this, 7 now? Yeah, we're at 7 Valkyrie at the moment. 66 out of 27 supply. Oh my gosh. Terran player is expanding. We are going to take a 3rd now. And the mech transition is happening in earnest. Oh no. Oh no, we're supply blocked again. Okay, we do have the Scourge here though. That's one good connect. Overconnects with that one, but he does manage to kill 2. That's not horrible. Supply block, is it ever going to end? We have been supply blocked for the last 2 minutes as a Zerg player here. Hey, that one Spore colony is not going to defend these mutas, or these Overlords. Watch this. I'm a Valkyrie, I have 2 armor, I don't care about your Spore colony. Which one's even being attacked? This one is. All of that, didn't even lose it. Back up to 7 Valkyries here. Finally unsupply blocked. There was a massive Overlord splurge somewhere on the map. Let's see here. Ah, there it is. A couple over here and a couple in the natural. So we're finally, as Zerg, able to make units again. And we are going into Hydra from here. Some very slight bias. No, I'm the most unbiased caster you should know. You know, Chimera. Don't even. There's absolutely no bias here at all. I have nothing against Valkyries. I have nothing against Terrans who use Valkyries. It's a perfectly legitimate strategy, and a very, very strong one. More Terrans should use Valkyries. God, that hurt to say. Alright, first mech attack coming out. Are you up to 9 now? You are up to 9, oh my gosh. 9 Valkyries, that's insane. Plus the 2 that you've already lost, so technically you've made 11 this game total. This is actually going to get held, that's surprising, I thought that would break. A good hold there from Balance, very well done. 9 Valkyries, moving out across the map. What's our kills at on these Valkyries? 7 on that one. 3. Another 7. So we're at, what is that, 14, 15, 16, 17 kills on these Valkyries. 17 kills on these Valkyries, not including whatever was on those 2 that died. Some of those are Scourge kills. I think there was 4 Scourge kills in there, but most of that is just Overlords. Yeah, the Valks to kill Queens. Like, I get the logic behind it, and it actually is a really good move. But I hate Valkyries so much. I'm sure that I will get better and more confident against Valkyries at some point and not hate them as much, but it's such a new thing that, like, I hate it. Alright, this is going to get broken this time for sure. We're definitely in our death throes here for our Zerg player. Valkyrie's looking up. Oh, there's the GG from Balance. So So's going to take game 1. We're up 1-0. Let's see here. So is that score? Let's update this. Up 1-0 for So. Alright, and in the top right here, on Eclipse, we have our white Zerg. It is Balance. A little bit of a missplit there. That's painful, but it happens to all of us. And in the bottom left, currently up 1-0, we have our black Terran. It is So. Let's update the score here for you guys. Boom. Alright, let's see if anyone wants to bring anything cheesy on a 2-player map. So far, we've had pretty much stock standard safe games from all players. No one's done anything cheesy yet. And I am disappointed in all of you. I expect at least one cheese when I cast a series every time. At least one. So I'm disappointed in you the most, you darn Valkyrie user. You disgust me. Oh, wait. We're going to get a low ground wall-in? We are going to get a wall-in from our Terran player here, it looks like. So that is a slight variation. It's the first wall we've seen today from our Terrans. And looking like it's probably going to be a 12 hatch. Let's see. Yeah, no drones going out to make the pool for the overpool. So yeah, we're going to get 12 hatch out of our Terran, or out of our Zerg player, and a wall-in here from our Terran player. No gas being taken, so we're not seeing anything mech. No crazy shenanigans. Let's see the barracks go down, and we'll see if that gas goes. Keep an eye on it in a second here. Okay, there's our 12 hatchery going down. Yep, no gas. No crazy mech shenanigans. And our Zerg is once again going to go for the 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas. So yeah, normal plays out of both players here. Got that funky Terran music. Terran does have some of the better music. I'll give the Terran race that. They may have Valkyries, but they also have pretty boppin' music. Alright, scouting SCV does get across the map. Spawning pool about 1/3 of the way done. And drone getting denied scouting. That's always painful, because he can't even poke in enough to see if the CC is being made. And the CC should be going down like right now. Looks like he's going to pull out to make that. I wouldn't actually mind seeing this come back. This Overlord is not moving across to see what's going on yet. Alrighty. SCV's going to get in here, scout the gas timing, scout the lair timing when the site goes up. Spawning pool does finish. We are going to make drone, actually. We did not make Zerglings with that. And there's the lair right on time. Is that wall Zergling tight? Can Zerglings fit there? I actually don't know. It's a one gap in the wall? Okay, so yeah, so they can fit through there. Okay. I'm not as familiar with Terran wall-ins. With the arena, it's blocked, yeah, there we go. He's putting the SCV there as well, so extra safe. Chasing the SCV off the scouting SCV. Lair about halfway done. Should see our second racks coming down. Oh, wait, what is that? We got an academy before second racks? Interesting. So we have our first major variation of the day. That gas came down a lot earlier. We have a academy going down a lot earlier. Are we going to see mech, actually? Is this going to be a late mech transition? Is that a factory? That is a factory. Don't suck up now, Ozzy. Alright, so our first variation of the standard TVZ. We are going to see mech play out of So this time. And it looks like we have a guesstimate from Balance that might be happening, because we have a Sunken coming up already here. Are we, he says. Is this the 1-1-1? That's true, actually. That's a fair assessment. This could be a 1-1-1. But you're still in gas. Do you stay in gas for this long? I feel like you should pull for the 1-1-1, don't you? I actually have no idea what the 1-1-1 build looks like from the Terran perspective. I played against it, but I have no idea what the timings are. Okay, so we are getting a 1-1-1. It does take a lot of gas. And I guess the Valkyries plus the Armory. Are we going to see an Armory and Valks? Is that what's going on here? So yeah, no, I guess that makes sense. You would need to stay in gas for that. So I guess that's the tell then. If they pull out of gas, it's probably a mech play. If they stay in gas, it's probably 1-1-1. Although that's probably not a for sure thing. Yeah, there's the biotransfer. That is normal, though. when Terrans go 1-1-1, it's almost always followed by bio. I've seen people do 1-1-1 into mech, but that's rare. The mech guy actually won because it just caught me that off guard. Alright, I'm assuming we're going to see an academy going, or armory going down here. Is this going to be fast science vessels? Is that what the plan is? I guess the army doesn't need to come up yet, but... Because in the 1-1-1, your mutas get there before the Valkyrie. I know that. I don't know the exact timings, but I know your first... Is it already finished? Oh, I'm blind! Thank you, Azhi. I am just blind. Yeah, in a 1-1-1, your first 6 mutas should get there before the first Valkyrie pops. I just don't know the exact timings from Terran's perspectives. I just know that my mutas get there before their Valkyries are out. SCVs are a little bit exposed here. You're going to get a couple. Ooh, going for the Marines. It's a really low Marine count because of the 1-1-1. Ooh, but a little bit of miss micro. There we go. Focus fire on those Marines. Can't do the whole position there. You definitely got to focus fire. Second Muta going down. Another Muta. Ooh, that's a lot of damage on the Zerg's perspective. That's a lot of Mutas lost for not very much. First Valkyrie is now out as well, which really limits what these Mutalisks can do. And he sees it, so now he knows it is a 1-1-1. Another Muta going down. Let's see what Balance's transition is going to be for this. This is actually really important for me. I really struggle against this if I don't scout it early on. So he's going to throw down a Hydra Den immediately. Third is still on our way for our Zerg player. Is he continuing Muta production and going into Scourge is the question. We're at 7 Mutas now, 8 Mutas now. We're still on +1 flyer attacks. I feel like Carapace would be better, but there's no point in canceling the flyer attacks. That is a brave Zerg player. He's just going to fly in and try and pick off Marines right next to those Valkyrie. My goodness. And then he's going to call GG. Okay, so that is going to be a 2-0 for So. So taking that game 2-0. Yeah, no, I don't know how you would have held. I don't blame the GG. I'm not calling that as like that was a preemptive GG. Like, I'm pretty sure he was dead there, because that move-out timing, that's exactly where I lose, is that 8-10 move-out timing, or whatever it is. 8-10 is what So says, so I guess I got that right. Yeah, that kills me almost every time if I don't scout the Valkyries early enough. It's just brutal. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break here real quick, let my voice rest for just 1 minute, so I will be back with you guys here before too much longer. Thank you all for watching so far. Alright, I am back. Let's get into our next games. We've got Tarpman versus Kraazy this time. Let's get that one loaded up and get the scoreboards for that one set up since that got messed up. Get a text notification that you guys probably heard. Thank you, family. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop using the numpad. Me, use your brain. Alrighty. Let's get into our first game. Tarpman versus Kraazy. Alright, in the top left we've got our black Zerg, it is iRk-tarpman. And in the bottom right we have our green Terran, it is Kraazy. Cross positions once again for both of our players here. Let's go ahead and update our names and score real quick. So on the left side we got Tarpman. I can't fit your clan tag, I apologize for that. And on the right we've got Kraazy with 2 A's. Let's go Tarpman. I actually do know Tarpman's play pretty well. He's a pretty darn good player actually. I don't think I've played against Kraazy before, but I've seen him play before. It's also pretty good, so I'm expecting a pretty good game from both of our players here. Getting that Terran music once again. Bopping. Overlord coming up. Supply depot going down. Nothing crazy from our player named Kraazy, unfortunately. That's a bit of a letdown, Kraazy. I expect better from you. Overlord is going to scout the closest natural. We are sending our larva to the opposite side. Drones coming up. Can't mineral boost these patches, but let's see if our Terran's mineral boosting. Our Terran is not mineral boosting. I think with the Terran, because I've played it a little bit, I think you return cargo about there. Yeah, see, there we go. There's the boost. Perfect. See if he does it this time. Yeah, right there. That doesn't get it that time, though. 12 hatch going down. We are going to see a 12, 11, 10 out of our Zerg player once again. As I've said, the bread and butter build for Zerg. If you want to get into Mutaplay, that's the build that you should learn first and foremost. You can do fancy things like 3 hatch, you can do 12, 12, 12, but 12, 11, 10 is just here to stay. It's going to forever be the standard build. 1 rack expand coming out of our Terran here. Actually, might get a we're gonna get a 3 hatch out of Tarpman here. It looks like something that I've been partial to lately. I quite enjoy the 3 hatch play. He's going to delay his gas to get some more drones out, throw down a 3rd hatchery in the gas, and then go into lair from there. What's this SCV doing? You're a little far from where you need to be making anything. Just a misclick, I guess, or just watching for anything coming in, maybe? Yeah, looks like he's watching for anything coming in. We do have the 1 Marine with the 2nd Marine being built from the command center, 16 SCV, so that's pretty normal. There's the 3rd hatch, gas should be going down, there's the gas. So yeah, we are going to get 3 hatch play out of Tarpman. So that's our first variation for our Zerg players today. 3 hatch before pool kind of guy, says Azhi. I mean, honestly, in the current meta, you could probably get away with it. If your Terran goes to a 1 racks expand and doesn't scout the 3rd hatch, you could probably get away with it. I feel like we've seen that in the ESL. Who was it? Was it Dongray? 5 hatch before pull. You can't get away with that. I feel like it was DRG that did it in the ASL one time, but I might be wrong on that. Alright, Overlord's going to get down here. Is going to finally see that there is a CC coming up. I'm a bit upset with you, Tarpman. Where's your scouting drone, my friend? How do you know that he's not going gas first like he is? We do have a fast gas into eBay here. I actually don't know turn builds enough to know what this could be, so we'll have to watch. Drone saw CC, yeah, but you didn't look for the gas timing, my friend. Although I suppose by that point, because it's cross spawn, you couldn't have gone up the ramp anyways, so I guess I forgive you. I forgive you. I probably wouldn't have risked it either. It's really important in my book to find this gas. It's like the one thing in this matchup that I really care about is finding if there's a gas there or not. So it looks like we might 1-1-1 here again. Is that what's going on here? That quick eBay's got me a bit thrown. We're getting a quick +1. Is this, I think this is just a quick +1 timing. I think that's what this is. Ozzy, why are you trying to start drama, my friend? Alright, Lair's just about to pop. 4 minutes, 40 seconds is the timing on his 3-hatch. I actually don't know what the timing for my 3-hatch is for my Lair. That seems about right, though. Spire should be coming down somewhere. Did I miss it? Oh, I missed it! We're going Hydralistem, so we're going into Lurkers from here. Ooh, he's gonna stop the scout as well. So Kraazy doesn't know. +1 timing attack. I'm pretty sure this is just going to outright lose to a lurker push, but we'll have to see how Kraazy handles this and if he can get the scout off. The academy is already done. Aw, it doesn't scream when you're in the replay. I actually, for the longest time, from like, I don't know, from the age of 10 to maybe 22, I refused to play Terran just because I hated the scream when you click on the academy. I just refused to play the race because I hated listening to that scream. Alright, things are pouring across the map. We should have Hydras coming before too much longer. And it's going to get scanned just now, right as the Hydras are about to pop. So Kraazy's got very minimal time. He's got 0 bunkers, 0 turrets down. He's got almost no time to react to this. Oh my gosh, Real Monsters, I watched that. That was a great show. I don't remember the scream in that. Was there? I mean, I was really young when that came out, so I don't have a good memory of it. And I didn't actually own the channel. I could only watch it at my grandma's house. That's the sound of despair your soul makes when you're a Terran main in the Academy screen. It makes sense to me. Kraazy feeling really bold here. I mean, he's getting the factory down, but let's see what the scan was. Scan's looking for a 3rd. He's not throwing down any bunkers or any turrets. He's just pushing out and trying to hold the lurkers back long enough to get a tank out. Where are those lurkers? There they are. They got morphed in the main and came across. I've never done a 3-hatch variation of this, but I know with a 2-hatch, your lurkers, or excuse me, your Hydras are halfway across the map before you're able to make lurkers. So that's an interesting timing that you can make the lurkers in your main. I wonder if that was intentional on his timing. I mean, his money is pretty good, Tarpman's is, so I would imagine it was intentional. He's going to get 1 lurker, 2 lurkers for free. That's really big, but the huge surround on those Zerglings. Oh my gosh, that was massive. I think this is just over. I don't see how he holds this. He's got to pull his SCVs. He can't leave his SCVs down here. There is a tank starting, right? Come on, start it. SCVs on the ramp. You got to hold this ramp. Oh no. Oh no, this is not good. Now our Zerg player is on 2 base, but he's got a lot of drones because he went for that 3-hatch. That's one great thing about 3-hatch. He's really economic. More Zerglings are flooding across the map. I'm surprised he's not moving these lurkers into the main. He has vision up here. He knows there's no Marines holding this ground. It's a little too late now, but I would have probably tried to move up the ramp or at least get on the ramp. Tank is on the way. It's about to pop here in a second, but we don't have any scans, do we? We have 2 scans. Okay. 2 scans to clear this up. We are making a missile turret on the high ground. He might hold here, but it's going to be really hard to come back from this. Tarpman at 40 drones now. 3rd is coming up. We do get that scan coming down. Ooh, those lurkers are actually in range. There's our 2nd scan, so we are out of scans now. But both lurkers are going to fall. So we have resecured our natural, but it's 29 SCVs to 42 drones. This is now an uphill battle for our Terran player. 3rd base is on the way. We are already on Hive as well. This is actually a really interesting build. Hive is already on the way. Defiler Mount on the way. We're at 8 minutes and 30 seconds with Defilers on the way. So is having nightmares. LOL. 41 drones already. I love 3-hatch. 3-hatch is so much fun. This is actually really clever. I'm stealing this from you, Tarpman, just so you know. I am stealing this. I like the double Evo chamber coming up afterwards as well. I want to see if he's going to go. Yeah, he's going to go +1 melee. I like that. So we're going straight into Zergling Ultra upgrades. We already have the Lurker tech to defend our third and our natural. Nidus Canal is about to finish up as well. Excuse me, so he was on 4 lurkers, sir, not 2 lurkers. He also made like 20 Zerglings at least. It's just the power of 3 hatch, my friend. That's a lot of drones. And we are getting the Spire. Okay, I feel like a lot of Zergs ignore the Spire when they skip it. If you're going to go into a mid to late game, you need to get the Spire. The Scourge are really important, so I'm glad that Tarpman is getting that. He just droned. Drone man. You got a problem with drones, though? Petition to rename Tarpman into Drone Man, please. Alright, siege tanks are out, but our defilers are definitely going to be finished in time. Our consumer is just about to pop out. We should have defilers on the way. Yeah, we have defilers on the way. I usually cast live games, so I'm really bad at watching that. Oh, our first defiler is already out, in fact, so we're definitely going to hold this Terran push, which means Terran needs to go into science vessels. He needs to stop tank production. We're actually going into mines in a single starport, so we're doing a kind of mid-ground. Mines can be massive against Zerg, though. Don't ever underestimate the power of mines. Ooh, good swarm. Oh, massive spines. Oh, this is just getting worse and worse for Kraazy. The one thing Kraazy has going for him is that our Zerg hasn't taken his 4th yet. He can re-SCV, he can hold for quite a long time. Terran's pretty good at holding on there. 4th is coming down now, though, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. Somehow not a single lurker spine hit that Vulture. Vulture's pretty good. Pretty speedy. More tanks coming across the map, but I mean, at this point, the tank production is pointless. I would not be making tanks still. Oh, no, those are the original tanks. Never mind. They just got moved back for some reason. First vessel is out, though, so that's pretty big. Are we getting into a second starport? Let's see. We got another barracks. We do have another starport on the way, so we are going to go into an SK-ish Terran from here. What is our upgrades currently at for our turn? We're at 1-1 with a 1-1 on the way for our Zerg player. 1 Carapace already done as well. In fact, our Carapace timing and our upgrade timing is actually pretty decent, so going into the Ultras is going to be Plague on a single vessel. I mean, might as well. It's free energy. It's free real estate. Ooh, he had the energy for the Irradiate. Okay, now he's going to go for it. Big Plague on the Bio Ball. Still no Irradiate. He's had the energy to get rid of this Defiler for a long time. Does he have it researched? Does he have it researched? He must not. Where's our science facility? I'm just blind. It might not have been. Yeah, he just cast it now, so I'm assuming it wasn't. Just finished now, says Tarpman? Okay, yeah, I don't ever watch this. I'm really bad at watching it. Now, these tanks are pretty much useless, but at least he can kind of contain the Zerg on 4 bases. Not that that's really bad for the Zerg. The Zerg would love to be contained on 4 bases. Scourge are finally out for Tarpman. Tarpman looking really good here. I don't know how Kraazy's going to fight through this. Scan going down on these lurkers. Ooh, gotta be careful. Another Defiler is out. We're going to go for another Plague here. Pretty decent Plague. Could have probably got more with that, but that's not a bad Plague at all. Oh, and it's made even worse because the Marines just follow to the Defiler and die. Oh no. I want 60 drones, says so. Lane's coming forward. How did that mine not kill the tank there? That's insane. 2 Zerglings under Dark Swarm, pretty good units. We do lose that science vessel that was plagued earlier, so it had no health. The 1 Spore Colony does take it out. Note to my Zerg players out there, 1 Spore Colony. 1 Spore Colony, massive. Do it. No reason not to. Okay, so we should be on double vessel production now. We are going up to 6 racks. Would like to see our Terran take a 4th base. He definitely has the money for it at the moment. Some Marines and Zerglings going down there. Big attack here into the 4th base. Defiler's going to get here just now, though, and that's going to end this attack pretty quickly. And these Marines are probably going to fall here. Medics are pretty good, but they're not that good. They could be saved with these Marines, though. Oh, those Marines aren't going to make it there in time, and those medics are going to all die, so all these Marines are going to die as well. Never mind, Marine's pretty good. Playing on another single science vessel, but once again, why not? It's free energy. One plague cost 50 minerals. Ooh, picks off the full health one as well. That's big. Tartman's play looking really strong here. Finally got a third base coming down for our turn. And is that another? It's another barracks, so we're going to go up to 7 racks. Is this an SCV? No, it's a Marine. Ooh. This could be massive. He's going to get the cancel on this 4th for sure. Alright, Ultras are out now. They do have their speed and their... no, they don't have speed. That's a normal living Ultra. Oh, is that a Defiler? Yes, we did get a Plague on... Oh my gosh! 1 irradiate for the price of 2! 2 Defilers went down to that 1 irradiate. That's massive. That's the kind of things that Kraazy needs. In the meantime, this did get cancelled, and the Defiler is now pushing towards the natural, and this is a really scary position. We have no Fire Bats here. Do we have a Radiant Energy? We don't have a Radiant Energy either. Oh, he needs to get back in here and eat. Oh, we're going to get the Defiler snipe. Oh, not quite. Looks like we might hold here. With the Marines trickling out, we are going to hold. Regular movement up there, nothing crazy going on. Get the medics on this ramp. Oof. Okay, we have Fire Bats coming out now. Fire Bats are actually not that great against Zerglings, realistically, in small numbers. Another attack coming in over here, but this gets wiped out. And that's oh my gosh, there's just so much Zerg coming across the map. GG, Tartman gonna take game number 1 in a pretty convincing fashion. So far, Jinjin and the Panda Patrol showing, or Pandor Patrol showing a strong showing going into this season or series. Doodle lost the first one, and his team's made up for it ever since. Alright, in the top right of Eclipse we have our blue Zerg. It is iRk-tarpman. And in the bottom left we have our green Terran. It is Kraazy. Tartman showing us a extremely strong game 1. Kraazy seemed like he just did not know how to handle what was happening. So let's see if Kraazy can make a bit of a comeback here on our game 2. Because he definitely struggled in game 1. I'm not sure if the build in general just caught him entirely off guard, or if he's just a bit of a mismatch here in that first game. Maybe he wasn't warmed up. I don't know. But Kraazy definitely needs to do something because he was struggling. Let's see. Nothing crazy coming out of either of our players here. Once again, disappointed in Kraazy's name if he's not going to do crazy things. Looks like we are going to get a wall from Kraazy this time, which actually... Oh. We're not. We're going to get a forward barracks. We are getting an 8 Rex. We're getting an 8 Rex, yep. What is our Zerg player going to do? Are we going to see the overpull, or are we going to see 12 hatch? Is it? Oh my gosh, we're getting a BBS. Barracks Supply Depot. And we're going to see a 12 hatch at a Tartman. Kraazy could just take this right now. Oh, Supply Depot. Okay, so we're only going to see 1 barracks here. That's just going to be a 1 Rax pressure. But 1 Rax pressure can still be scary, especially if it's caught off guard. Let's see where his second Overlord goes. He needs to have it parked out here to scout for the bunker being made. Spawning pool is going to go down to 11. He's not going to go 12. He's not going overly greedy. Where's this SCV going? Let's keep an eye on that. Scouting drone is coming across the map, so he is going to scout the forward barracks at least. So in theory, Tarpman should be able to hold this. He's going to have to pull drones though, and he's got to do his best not to lose too many. Like the Overlord positioning, he basically sees everything. If we get rid of Kraazy's vision, there's almost nowhere here that Kraazy can go where the Tarpman can't see. And I like that. As soon as he saw the forward barracks, he pulled back his Overlord. Good play here from Tarpman so far. He's not forgetting anything, not panicking. There's the barracks going down, but it is in vision. Tarpman does see that. There's the drone pool. What do we got here? We got 8 drones? 7 drones? 7 drones. He's gonna get the cancel on the barrack or the bunker. That's good. It's perfectly okay to have all these drones pulled. The Terran is behind as long as you don't lose too many drones here. If you can keep the hatchery alive, it's huge. Oh, there you go. Stack the drones, get them out here. Got to get them past. Don't let these Marines get in. One drone going to go down pretty quickly here. Can these drones get on the SCVs? A second drone going to go down. Pulling drones onto the Marines. We got a third drone. A fourth drone's going to go down here. And neither one of the Marines died, but this rush has pretty much stopped. First Zerglings are popping out now. This is pretty much held. I don't know what the exact count is. I've heard someone tell me once that if you lose 3 drones, then the Terran's ahead, but I don't buy that. I feel like the drone's still the Zerg's still in a pretty good position. He can drone really hard from here. Okay, that looks like a Ling tight wall, and once this bunker or barracks lands. Oh, no, that's still the one gap one. Oh, no. Don't relift. Okay, he's got to get this Marine in. Okay, good. The Marine is in. Get the SCV in the wall. Just barely gets it. Oh, but it's not tight on the right side. Oh, no! This might just be game over. He's got to pull the boys. I can't believe that wasn't tight on the right side. Barracks are weird. I would have assumed that was, even though it looks like Lings could fit there. I would have just assumed it was tight. Oh man, so many SCVs are going down. Oh. Gonna get that last one? Yep, he does get the last one. And he's gonna pull out with this Zergling. 13 drones to 11 SCVs. That's brutal. That's really rough. Kraazy's going to have to do something crazy to come back from that. We are going into 3-hatch again. Even with the early pressure, Tarpman just really likes the 3-hatch. Yeah, it's definitely tight for a gateway. Barracks have weird hitboxes, though. A lot of Terran buildings do. I think supply depots are larger on their right side than their left side, for instance. But I thought that the barracks left side was bigger, because if you... No, you want... Okay, no, the barracks right side is bigger, because if you place the supply depot on the left side, then Marines can fit through, but the Zealots can't. So yeah, that wouldn't be Ling tight. I should have known that from looking at it, but I just... My ADHD brain doesn't hold on to that information that well. Alright, gas coming out of here for Kraazy. Let's see what Kraazy's plan is here, because he's got to do something big. Yeah, exactly. And Zerg is going to take a third here. I mean, Zerg can basically do whatever he wants. It's a long time before Terran can pressure him. We got a Hydroden coming down once again on the lair timing, so I think that's just something Tarpman likes to do. I think that's a standard build. All you Terrans that are watching him, get ready to play against this. He seems to like to do Hydroden every time. Although this might just be a response. Hydroden is pretty good against a wall. I would definitely do a Lurker rush against a wall if they didn't know it was coming. It's really strong. Third hatchery. Bunch of Zerglings being popped for the attack. eBay coming down. Kraazy looks like he's just going for his normal build, but he's just going to be really far behind when this does come out. We've only got 6 Marines on a 6:30 push. This is usually a 5:15 push with 8 Marines. So that shows you how far behind he is. 5:15, 8 Marines, 2 medics is your normal timing, and he's going 6:20 with 6 Marines and 2 medics. There's enough Lings on the map to just... this is such a risky push. We do have a scan. It was probably for the natural. I didn't quite click it in time. Do they have +1 yet? No, they don't. Stim just now finishing. There's enough Zerglings to easily wipe this army. Oh, yeah, and that's going to be it. Tarpman sees it, pulls back, gets the big surround. And GG, Tarpman going to take it in a quick 2-0. And that's going to take us into our last game. Jin Jin and the Pandor Patrol. We're going to be watching Pandor play. Get their scores put in here. And update Tarpman as well. All right. Learning experience for next time. All right, we got Pandor versus Azhi. I wonder if Azhi's still in chat. It's going to be interesting. Let's see how you do, bud. TVP, our one non-TVZ of the night. Yep, Azhi Dahaki is still in here. Let's all silently judge him as he plays. Or in my case, not so silently. All right. In the top right, we have our Peach Terran. It is Pandor. And in the bottom left, we have our blue Protoss. It is Azhi Dahaki. Let me go ahead and update our in-game scoreboards. And then Azhi is FA, if I'm right. Let's see here. Let's see if I can spell your name right. Azhi Dahaki. Oops, Dahaki. That may not fit on my thing properly, but that's okay. And Pandor. Boom. Yeah, Azhi doesn't fit. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. That should look better. Alright. TVP. So there's a lot of different play here. 12 Nexus, 1 Gate Expand, Dragoon Expand. Terran's usually going to go for a Factory Expand. You can 12 CC, but that's not as common. So we'll see what both players want to bring here. There's definitely a lot more variation in the early game from this matchup than there is in a TVZ. Okay, so it looks like we are going to see a Gateway go down. This could still be a Gateway expand, but this could also just be a Dragoon expand. It's a very safe place to way to play the matchup. Rex coming down for our Terran. We should see our gas go down after this next SCV. Gas should be going down now. Once he has the money. Actually not. He's delaying the gas a little bit. Azhi Dahaki, a little bit confused. That seems normal. Gas still not going down, so we're going to see a Rax expand out of our Terran, looks like. And a Dragoon expand out of our... It wasn't my fault, he says. Azhi claiming his team misinformed him, and that's clearly what happened. Yeah, we're going to see a Rax expand out of Pandor. That's pretty uncommon to see these days. It's a dangerous, risky build. But it's cross-spawn, so he might be able to get away with it. I suppose definitely going to see a Dragoon expand out of Azhi Dahaki here. Azhi saying he never makes mistakes. We'll see about that. I'm going to slowly watch and judge your play. I'm going to just watch just your base and look for just one missed timing. Just leave it on your Nexus. Let's see if you ever miss a probe. CC is coming down. Oh. Look at that. There was a half a second there where a probe was not making Azhi. Never make mistakes, my butt. Okay, so he does scout the gasless expand from our Terran player here. Let's see what Azhi decides to do from that. What's up, Tekachpu? Tekapu. There we go. I got it. I'm pretty sure. Alright, 3 in gas there, still 3 in gas here. What is Dahaki's response going to be? He's just staying on 1 gate. He still hasn't gone for the expansion himself, but he's not throwing down a 2nd gate yet either. Still staying in gas as well, which has me worried. Could be some sort of tech play here. SCV is coming in to scout, doesn't really see anything yet. He does see that the Cyber Core is spinning, which is range. It looks like Azhi is going to go for an expansion there. If he was going to go for the expansion, I would have liked to see a pull from gas. Looks like he did pull 1 probe from gas, although that might be the one that's expanding here. Dragoon range is going to finish up here before too much longer, but our Terran's actually in a pretty good spot. Our Terran's ahead at the moment. Got a team out here rooting for the Panda or Patrol in chat. Dragoon out here scouting, it looks like. So we'll have to see if Ozzy's going to go for a double expand. We do have the 1-gate Robo coming out of our Protoss player here. 2 SCVs pulled for 1 Dragoon. Okay, he has to actually repair this, though. Ozzy saying even during his games, his own teammate rooted against him. How rude. What a horrible teammate. Okay, finally get the repair off. 2nd Dragoon is coming up, though. We do have an SCV that did manage to sneak out, so we'll get a scout in here for our Terran player here soon. I'm pretty sure our Terran player doesn't actually know that there's an expansion down yet, so that's really important that he sees that. That Dragoon could have stopped it, though, if he wanted to. Alright, 2 factory response out of our Terran here. I think that's normal, though. If you go for a gases expand to go into a quick 2 factory with add-on, I'm pretty sure that's standard. I don't know the Terran side as well. And we're actually just looking for a 3rd with this SCV at the moment. 3rd Dragoon going to join the fray. No hull damage yet, but here comes the tank to change that. Yeah, tank's going to push them away. Do we have a probe going out for a 3rd yet? We do a robo. We're going to see an observatory. We're going to see a robo follow up. Nope, we're going to see another gateway coming down here. So we're going to go into 3 gates here for Nazi. And defensive missile turret going down just in case it's DTs because he doesn't know what's going on yet. SCV going to get scouting SCV going to get pushed away, and a 4th base is going to go down here for Ozzy. $38 SCVs to 34 probes. That always is not what you want to see as a Protoss player. Ooh, he's got to micro this though. Don't lose a Dragoon here. That's really important. Okay. We should be okay here with this push. We are going to 3 gates, so this will actually handle this just fine. There will be a Vulture follow-up with mines, but we also have the Observatory already out. Ozzy went for a very safe build. Good pick off on that first tank there. I'm sorry, I just barely missed it on the screen here, but he did get the pick off on that first tank. And that's going to push this back. We do have the Observer going to scout this Dragoon, and he's going to, this Vulture, and they're going to go running back. But the Vulture looks like he's going to scout for a 3rd instead of going straight into the natural. 1 Vulture can't exactly kill probes very easily anyways. 2 more Vultures coming out. We are getting a mine down. Oh, excuse me. And going to scout this location probably as well, right? Ooh, wall it off! Wall it off! Ah, just didn't quite get it in time. Actually, that's misplaced. That's a pylon, right? Yeah, so there's definitely a gap there. Although that might be intentional. You might want to be able to slip Dragoons through that gap. Nope, he cancels it, so I think that was just a mistake. A mistake that Ozzy claims he never makes. 47 SCVs to 42 probe. This is rough, man. But it should be okay. Once this 3rd finishes up, as long as Ozzy can stay alive for long enough, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, there we go. That's placed properly this time to block this off. Do we have a forge down yet? What is that? That's a forge. Okay, cool. Double forge? Nice. I like to see it. Double forge is great. And Ozzy saying it was his mouse's fault that the pylon misplaced here. A likely story. I believe it. And we've got a really fast 3rd coming up from Pandora, it looks like. CC on the high ground right there. Azhi could punish this if he recognizes it. He has enough to actually push across and delay this. He's just got to be careful about the mines as he's moving across the map. We are only on 4 factory. And what are we on? 3 gates? Yeah, we're only on 3 gates. What is that? That's a citadel. Okay. Looks like Azhi is just deciding to go into his own expansions from here. Probably the safer move. If Terran's expanding, the Terran can't push, so you might as well just double expand. I would take this base and maybe this base as well. You definitely want to start getting a main so you can get those secondary gateways built. Looks like our first Nexus is going to go down here, the natural 4th. Vultures running around, seeing what they can see. Does manage to lose one of them. And that 3rd CC is about to land. Actually surprised it hasn't landed yet. There it goes. I really would like to see the double expand here out of Azhi, though. If your Terran's going for a 3rd base this quickly, double expand. You should take a 2nd Nexus somewhere. Is there a probe going out anywhere for it? There's not. Observer's moving out on the map. Do we have a Dragoon force with an observer anywhere? We don't. Azhi, why aren't you clearing mines on the map? I'm going to send out like 5 Dragoons with an observer and just make sure there's no mines on the map, my friend. Did we lose an observer somewhere? Oh no, there it is. Sending it back, okay. I was going to say, I know there's 3 of those moving across the map there. Scans the main. Looking at tech. We are on 4 gates at the moment. Stargate coming down. Is this going to be for Arbiter Tech? Do we have a Templar Archive? We do have a Templar Archive, so this is probably for Arbiter Tech. Oof. We eat 1 mine there. There we go. Moving out into the map to clear mines now. That's good. Still would like to see a 4th go down. Probably over here. Or up here. Let's see what we've got going on here. No damage going to get done there. Ooh, they might run into these Dragoons here. Oh. Not quite. Do we have cannon here? We have 1 cannon here. That's actually enough vultures to kill that cannon, but the Dragoons will get there before they're able to kill a pylon, so. Gets a shot off on a Zealot. Poking down here. Free Dragoon. Always like a free Dragoon. That's a lot of tanks. What are our upgrades on our tanks? We're at 1-0 with 2-2 on the way. What's our Protoss upgrades? We did have double forward, so yeah, we're at 1-1 on our Protoss. That's good. Okay, looks like there's a probe going out to try and take a 4th. This one can be placed. This one also can be placed. I don't think that's blocked. Was it like here? I'm pretty sure you can place the Nexus. Oh, but it might get found out by these... It walked over mines, so it's going to get found by these vultures. Oh, maybe. It's walking over more mines. Oh, there we go. Now they're coming. Oh my gosh. There's an army movement, but I'm really curious to see if this probe lives. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. Oh my gosh, is he not going to find it? Alright, what's going on over here? 2 probes dying, 3 probes... 4 probes? 4 probes for 3 vultures? That's not horrible. Oh my gosh, is that probe actually going to live? These 2 vultures are still here. Something's fighting somewhere. Ah, they're clearing out mines here. This Terran army is getting pretty big and scary, though. What do we got going on here? We got double Arbiter and 6 gates, 7, 8, 9 gates. This gateway's not quite rallied yet. This is a scary Terran force, though. We get 2-2 yet? Not quite yet for our Terran player, or our Protoss player, excuse me. Our Terran player is about to hit 2-1, and we'll probably see a maxed out 2-1 timing push. Also taking a 4th behind this as well. my freaking phone. Alright, more mines being cleared out. We do have an observer here watching the army. That's a ton of vultures. Looks like he's trying to throw some of them away to get more tanks. We do have this high ground finally being taken, a nexus down here. I can't believe this probe is still alive, so he's going to actually maybe take this expansion as well. This is enough vultures. If he can just get them up the ramp, then he can definitely deny this. We have a counter coming in here from our Protoss as well. Zoom out, get a full scale of this. This is a pretty good art coming into this. There's no mines here either. These tanks aren't sieged yet. We do have Storm coming in as well. Good Storm on the Vultures. Really good Storm on the Vultures, but there's no Zealots left. Where are the rest of the Zealots? Here they come. They're streaming in from the south side now. Okay, Storm there. That's a massive Storm there. Oh my gosh, that was like 6 tanks. The Zealots are getting on top of these tanks now, but we're about to run out of Dragoons. We have reset this tank count to basically nothing, and in the meantime, the Vultures down in the bottom right got pulled back. In the end, we ended almost basically even supply. Started that fight on even supply, ended on even supply. That's pretty good. Arbiters are finally here. Have we upped our gateway count yet? Let's see here. That's 7, 8, 9, 10. So we are on 10 gateways now. Nothing going on over here yet. That's finished, but we lost our probe. Our first Goliaths are coming out. I'm assuming we have stasis already, because we have recall researching. Ooh, be careful not to lose free units here. Tank count is reset a little bit. So it looks like he's just going to try and pick that off. Doesn't quite get it, though. Is that one too many in? I think that's better. Alright, this is now coming up. We have a probe over here once again. Looks like we're getting ready to set down some gateways. Clearing out some mines over here. But our Terran has secured his 4th, and that is scary. Vultures coming down here to once again try and clean this up. And this cannon's actually pretty close to full health. I don't think there's enough Vultures. Unless they're still only at 2-1. We 2-2 for our Protoss. We are with 3-3 on the way. I do like that. And this Nexus is not able to go down because that mine's there, actually, it looks like. Pandora hitting max supply about the same time as Aussie is. Do we have our gateways coming down on this main? We do. Second cannon there just to be safe. And finally, no more free vision from the observers. We have vessels out. Oh. Oh no, we're going to lose 2 High Templars for free. That was all of his High Templars. I don't see any more of this army. Oh, there's one more left in there. And a second one coming up. How much storm do we have? We got 2 storms on this, almost got 3. This is definitely not the place you want to be taking this fight, though. I mean, if he gets good storms, maybe something can happen here. That's a really big storm. 3 tanks for that storm. But these Vultures are just ripping these Velots apart. That's a pretty decent storm there. We got one more storm somewhere here, this one. And it looks like Aussie's going to clean this up. Tank line keeps going back, but he's definitely got enough army here. Okay, I like that. Once the last Zealot falls, he pulls back. No reason to risk any Dragoons there. Arbiter over here looks like it was going in for a recall. Scared away by 3 turrets. I'm not entirely sure why. Looks like he's going to try and angle in from this way to get into the main. Is it going to go off? It is going to go off. It's a pretty small recall, but it does go off. In the meanwhile, we're going to have a probe transfer caught over here. Catches most of them. Let's see how this is getting cleaned up. Pretty decent. Looks like all we lost is the turret here. And that gets cleaned up. Another potential fight over here. Action going on everywhere at the moment. Looks like he's just clearing out mines. I don't think he's going to push forward with this Dragoon Force. Does get a science vessel as well, which is pretty big. And he is actually pushing forward, but he's not focusing the tanks, so the tanks are getting free shots off right now. There we go. Looks like he just wanted to clear the path to make sure these probes could transfer safely. Looks like we got gateways coming up over here. More gateways over here as well. 10 damage. Does it actually... What is Phase Disruptor Cannon damage? Is it explosive? I actually don't know. Okay, yeah, I was right. That mine does not block that Nexus. Meanwhile, we have Protoss on the high ground with a Terran on the low ground expansion here. More pressure coming out here from our Terran player. I don't think there's quite enough here for Azhi Dahaki to take this fight yet, though. And Terran's going to start pushing up to this. At this point, he's probably not going to be able to hold on to the space forever, but the more that he can mine from the space, the better. I'd like to see some DTs pop out of here, though. That's always a nice thing. Although 2 science vessels here actually kind of undoes the DT thing. He's actually splitting his army up quite heavily, too, this Terran player, so Azhi might be able to make a play here. Looks like Azhi is just going to choose to go attack the Terran at Terran's main rather than try and save this base. Pretty normal thing to do. We also have an Arbiter coming here for potential recall. It is going to go off. Oh, we got Stormy boys. Didn't storm the SCVs, though. He stormed the Vultures. That surprises me a little bit. In the meantime, this 4th base is entirely undefended. Let's see here. Ooh. Bunch of storms on those zealots there. Vultures there. Despite what you might think, storms do not stack, unfortunately. In the meantime, we are losing this base up here, but it looks like this 4th base is going to get wiped out. It's pretty close to being mined out, so it's not the biggest deal, but that is one less mining base for the Terran at the moment. CC does get sniped. That's pretty big, though. We have a storm. Oh, goes down without using the storm. And this base is entirely wiped out. Losing the CC actually supply capped Pandor, too. So Pandor is not able to make more units at the moment. He's got to make some more supply depots. There's so many SCVs at this base. 12, 24, at least 30. There's at least 30 here. I can't even... 6 on that patch. 11, 18, 24... Yeah, there's like 32 SCVs here. That's crazy. Oop. Azhi Dahaki's army getting a little caught out here. But it's actually going to be a really good attack. There's not very many Vultures here, so these Zealots are going to get right on top of these tanks. Do we have any Storm with this army at all? Not that I see. Ooh, Arbiter's going to fall for nothing. It's mostly Dragoons against... oh, but there's a huge rally of Zealots coming up. I think this tank line's going to get wiped here. More Zealots coming in, though. Going to pull back with those tanks, maybe save a couple there. Looks like that is exactly what's going to happen. Ozzy's saying that his Templar did get targeted there. He did have a Templar with that army. That would explain why there wasn't one when I checked. And we have our Protoss expanding to the low ground here. Looks like Pandor is wanting to play a split map kind of game, although he is pushing forward down here now. Azhi is up on supply, but his army is a little bit disjointed and a little bit all over the place at the moment. But that's not enough Terran. If Azhi recognizes that these tanks are here, that's a bunch of free tanks. Okay, there comes the Vultures. Ooh, and these Zealots are going to get on top of these tanks before they're even sieged. This is going to be a good cleanup. Good focus firing, focusing on the clump of Dragoons there. And a good D-Matrix. Goes down almost instantly, but that's that much more health that tank had. Yeah, Pandora has really good focus firing. He's really really good at focus firing the correct units with his tanks instead of wasting the splash. Potential recall up here. So far it hasn't come down yet, though. There it is. Got a recall right on top of the tanks. I actually like that move. It doesn't always work out. Sometimes it's a waste, but it can be huge. Gonna clean up all these tanks, so that's pretty good. So far, I don't think I've missed a recall, but I might have. There's a lot of recalls going on. A lot of action going on. So far, our turn has not expanded to this top left base. Our Protoss really needs to do something about this base, though. He needs to kill this, stop this area from mining, or else he needs to like wipe the Terran's main. Because if this goes into a split map, even if the Protoss gets this base and this base, that's going to be really difficult. Looks like our Terran's gearing up to retake this base as well, possibly. Or they were just SCVs that never got re-rallied. Bit of Protoss moving across the map. Some tanks out here on their own. Gonna go down. Losing a lot of... or taking a lot of damage from these mines. Actually, pretty decently snipes them. Alright, we do have high Templars with this army this time, but our Zealots are getting way away from our Dragoons here. Okay, just pull those Dragoons back to not lose them for nothing. Bit of a whiff on that storm, but that's okay. Also another little bit of a whiff storm, but it's also making the Terran anxious to move forward, so... Ooh, gonna lose one High Templar, might lose a second one here. Oh, no focus firing on the Templars this time. Oh, but a big EMP goes down on all of those Templars. Those Templars do not have storm anymore. Focus the CC while you can. Focus the CC, Azhi! Looks like he's gonna go up into the main here. And this is going to finally get cleared up. Do any of these? We do have a recall energy on this Arbiter. And this one before too much longer. This one has stasis. You could stasis something on this ramp here. Recall onto this natural here. Ooh, a lot of SCVs falling in. Keep in mind, this is where a lot of those SCVs were. SCV count now dropping down to into the 40s when it was in the 60s before. You might be able to kill this CC if he focus fires it down as well. Another expansion coming up over here for our Protoss player. So far, yeah, this has been a really well played game. Our players are everywhere. It's turned into a really long macro game. This is kind of the PVZ I like to see. Or PVT. PVZ, what the heck am I thinking? Oh, we don't have stasis. Stasis only just now getting finished. So we haven't had stasis. Oh, that's free tanks. Delicious free tanks. For me, thank you. Pandor falling apart here a little bit. Another big recall in over here on this army. Pandor gonna GG out. Ozzy's gonna take game number 1. Fighting Aiurish trying to come back in the last little bit here. Take one more game off of the Pandor patrol. Alright, let's pull up our next game as well. Ozzy saying when I said about stasising the units on the ramp was the moment he realized he never researched it. I've had games exactly like that. Ooh, perfect stasis moment. Wait, where's my stasis? Alright, let's get into game 2 here. In the top right, we have our red Terran. It is Pandor. And in the bottom left, we have our blue Protoss. It is Azhi Dahaki. Let's go ahead and update our scores here real fast. Azhi is currently up 1-2-0 over Pandor. And generally speaking, I believe that most people consider Eclipse to be a very Protoss-favored map. So we'll have to see what the players decide to bring into this. Might see some gas steals, might see some dirty 12 Nexuses. You never know what you're going to get on a 2-player map from a Protoss player. In fact, I think, yeah, the next map is Butter, so Pandor probably kicking himself a little bit for not winning that first game. 2-player maps for both of the next games is going to be really rough on him. But let's see if he has anything planned for it. We are going to get the Pylon Scout, so Ozzy is definitely going to go for a gas steal here. We'll have to see if Pandor wants to let it happen or if he's going to cut to steal the or to take the gas. Azhi Dahaki saying he's the most honorable Protoss on the BNet. I don't know if such a thing actually exists, but I guess we'll have to take your word for it. Okay, so we are getting a gateway. We'll probably get Trickle Zealots into the gas steal. Good SimCity being set up here from Pandor there to hold it. Alright, now Pandor could cancel the SCV to build the gas here so it doesn't get stolen. Let's see if that's what he plans on doing. He's not, he's just going to let his gas get stolen. The gas steal from the most honorable Protoss on BNet. Well, let's see his micro. Come on. Oh, come on. You can hit an SCV without getting hit by, or without being hit by it. I expect better of you, Ozzy. Alright, that first gateway is done. Should see that Zealot trickle start to happen now. Maybe? There it is. In the meantime, Azhi is taking his own gas at home. Probe being really obnoxious, just like probes like to do. Kayaku's saying that Azhi doesn't ever make DT, so that's honorable. I suppose that's better than some Protosses. Alright, gas finishes up here for Azhi. So we are actually going to do a Dragoon expand again, it looks like, instead of doing a Trickle Zealot expand. He did get the gas still, but didn't go for the Trickle Zealots. Only 2 probes on the gas as well. That's unfortunate. Let's hope he catches that before too long. And our gas is finally going to start getting taken here from Pandor. Pandor gearing up to take his own expansion as well. That's really strange, Azhi. I wonder, what is the logic behind doing the gas still forcing the gases expansion out of Terran, but not fast expanding or trickling zealots across the map? I'm not sure what the logic is there. Azhi also says that the 2 probes and gas is on purpose. Just so everyone knows. Oh, he's going to get 1 Marine, but this Zealot might die before the second one falls. Taking a lot of hull damage on that Zealot. Does pull it back before losing it, though, so that's good. Second Zealot is still coming across the map. He might just try and run past this bunker, so let's keep an eye on that. Looks like he's not going to. He's just going to stick outside here. Still no expansion from our Protoss player here. Core is done. Cybernetics core is spinning. We've got range on the way with Dragoons about to get trickle across the map. He is going to pull a lot of SCVs off mining, though, with the Dragoon range, so that's something. But the CC is going to finish up before the Nexus even starts, almost. Grab some water here real quick, bear with me. Nope, might block the scout here. SCV is going to get in and scout everything. Cybernetics core spinning this late into this build is pretty for sure not a fake, so Pandor can pretty safely assume that Dragoon range is on the way. Ooh, SCV is going to get picked off at last. And our factory is finally going down for our Terran player. Let's see. Second factory going down as well. Interestingly enough, the gas still kind of just made Pandor go into the exact same build he did last game. So this is pretty much turning into the same game as last game without the ability for Protoss to mass expand as easily. Well, SCV gonna get past these Dragoons this time, so he's gonna get back in and get another secondary scout just to see what kind of tech is coming, because he doesn't know yet. Ugh, man. The hiccups all of a sudden. And here comes the tickling of the bunker. We do have 1 Dragoon left behind at home, not rallying across the map quite yet. But the bunker tickle has started in earnest, and our Nexus is now complete from our Protoss player, but it is 35 SCVs to 25 probes, and we have no third base on the way quite yet. So I feel like I really favor Pandor in this position at the moment. But we'll have to see what Azhi can bring to the table here. Second gateway on the way, observatory, so we're going to do another 1-gate observer. Well, we're going to try and bust this bunker, though. Pandor needs to be careful not to let this fall. Looks like we're trading the Zealots just for SCVs. Ooh, could pull in. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's a really good... He's using the bunker to micro the SCVs to keep them alive. There's an injured SCV in there that he's using to dodge Dragoon shots. 36 to 32, so that was actually quite a few SCV kills. Ooh, gotta be careful with that tank. Don't want to lose that. Is that SCV still in the bunker? That SCV is still in the bunker. That SCV lives there now. And gearing up to take a third here for Azhi. So that was pretty good damage, actually. That helped Azhi even the game out just a little bit more. 39 to 34, so it's a 5 SCV difference is essentially what that amounted to. But it was at the cost of quite a few units. Not that the Terran can push anytime soon, but 3-gate Robo is once again the flavor of the day for our our Protoss player here. And our armory is spinning for our Terran. Do we have... We're skipping turrets this time. No turrets out of our Terran player. Oh, nope, there is one behind the natural mineral line there. And it's a supply depot. Another supply depot, I'm assuming? Yeah, okay. Wait, one of the tanks missed the egg. That's like a 2% chance of that happening. That's crazy. Alright. Now last time we had a 3-tank and Marine push. This time we're going to have a 5-tank and Marine push. But we do have Dragoon range. With good micro, this can get picked down by our Protoss player. We'll have to see how his micro is. Want to spread these out. That's good. Oh, he's going to get a tank here. That's actually big. Getting a tank immediately like that. Oh, one Dragoon does fall. And here comes the Vulture rally. This can be a mildly scary push for a Protoss player. He doesn't have very much at home, but he does have enough. Terran's got to be careful here with the sandwich coming in as well. 4 Dragoons left over from behind. With Observers already out, the mines aren't as much of a threat. And here comes those Dragoons in from behind. But there might just be just enough Terran here. He's got to get some really good focus firing on these tanks. One tank's going to finally fall. Ooh, I almost got the mine dragged there. Didn't quite get it in time. Another tank's going to fall here, though. There might just barely be enough if he focuses the high health one. It's still going to be enough, though, I think. And Azhi is going to hold the push. Just barely, but he is going to hold it. 2 Dragoons left over. These Vultures will probably pick off the injured one if he gets here in time. Looks like he might just try and run right past. Yeah, this isn't walled in quite enough. He's going to catch the transfer as well. Mine's going down. Ooh, good wall, or good SimCity here in the main, though, for Pandor. Actually does manage to sneak in right here. That's pretty impressive. Oof, loses a Dragoon there as well. Was a good hold from Azhi. And we're going to start catching up on that probe count now with that 3rd Nexus finally complete. Plus, the Terran's army got wiped, so Azhi's under no pressure for quite a while now. He's able to freely do whatever he'd like to do on the map. 2 Vultures are out laying mines, doing their usual Vulture thing. Oh, they might catch a couple of these probes. Transferring. No, they're going to get safely into this base. Interesting cannon position. Usually you'd place it back a little bit more so more Vultures can't hit it when they come up the ramp. But, Observer trying to sneak in here to see what's going on. Looks like we are going up to 5 factory. 6 factory, actually. 6 factory out of Pandor. So Pandor's going to go for one big, massive attack. He doesn't think he can get a 3rd so easily. I mean, so I suppose you can go 6 factory into expand, but I think it's a lot more common. Oh, yeah, he's going to go 6 factory into expand. So never mind. Let me just eat my own words there. There's a command center on the way, so he is going for the 3rd. And in the meantime, Azhi is going to go for his 4th. I do like this. The mines down here to watch for those bases. Those are some pretty sneaky bases that can be taken. In fact, as a Protoss player, or at least as a Zerg player, I would probably take this base and this base at the exact same time. Alright, Terran's tank count is starting to recover, but it's still pretty low. In fact, once again, our Protoss probably has enough to push across the map and deny this 3rd base if he wants to, but Azhi playing the safe game and just going for the mass expansions. Also doing a lot better about clearing out mines on the map this time. There's no mines on his side of the map. Terran still has okay vision, but as you can see, basically cut in half. He has no idea what's going on his opponent's side of the map. Whereas Observers are free vision. It's a lot of SCVs being transferred, but makes sense. It's 65 SCVs off the 2 base. And Vulture's coming out, possibly looking to see if there's a base up here and get any free probes that they can get. Ooh, Azhi pushing across the map, looking like he wants to go for an attack. We don't have Zealot leg speed quite yet, though. How's our Terran upgrades? Because we're at 0-0 for our Protoss, we're at 1-0 for our Terran with 2-1 on the way. Well, almost gets hit by that mine, but just barely doesn't. Variation this time from our Protoss play. Looks like we're going to go into shuttles instead of going into the quick Arbiter tech. And he's kind of cut these vultures off from assisting this army. Do we have anything here to hold if they push past that? We don't. Oh, and the probe transfer is going to that 4th base now. That could be massive for our Terran player here. Let's see if he diverts them. He does divert them. He does catch it in time. And I don't think the Protoss can attack into this location anymore. Scan's going down for Pandor here, just looking at what's going on. Might actually get the kill on this Nexus. Ooh, big mines. 1 mine hits. That one, good pullback on this Dragoons. Does manage to deny that one from going off. But this Nexus is going to get really close to falling. Let's see if Pandor can get it in time. 73 HP, 53, 32. Oh, he's going to get it. This Nexus is going to go down. That's big. That's big for Pandor. Bunch of vultures here on this high ground as well. And that supply blocks Azhi as well, so that's doubly annoying. Oh, he's going to get some mines in between the rally now. Scan to the natural to see what's going on. Sees basically nothing but vultures and then decides to go in. Gets the kill on the probe that was going out to try to do another expansion. And here comes the big attack in from Azhi. Ooh, all the initial zealots die to the mines. That's not what you kind of want to. That's not what you want to see as a Protoss player. A lot of the other zealots getting stuck behind the Dragoons, but in the end, some zealots do get on these tanks, and the dropship, big drops there on the backline of those tanks as well. Is it going to be enough? It might just barely not be with the rallies coming out from Pandor. I think Pandor's going to just barely hold. We do have 1 Dragoon on the high ground doing what it can, but I just don't think it's going to be quite enough. Did reset the tank count a bit. We're back down to 4 tanks total. Is there anything left in this dropship? That dropship is currently empty, but we still have no 4th base or 5th base coming up from Azhi. The Nexus got killed up here, and the probe that was going out to build a Nexus down here got killed as well. Pandor actually currently up on supply. Now Azhi really needs to get at least a 4th base going right now. Clearing out some mines on the high ground up here, that's good. Our tank count, how many add-ons do we have? We're on 2 add-ons, so it definitely is going to take a while for our tank count to rebuild. But we are getting ready to take a 4th as our Terran player here. Prepping for anti-Arbiter in the main as well. Do we have Arbiter tech on the way? We do. I'm assuming that's going to be for Arbiters. What's the mini-map one? Statistics, mini-map is Q. Nothing down there, okay. So no Arbiter Tribunal yet, but definitely looking like he's gearing up to take the Arbiter. 4th Nexus is finally going to go down for our Protoss player here. This time it's not going to be killed off so easily. We have Dragoons here ready and waiting. Still no 5th base being set up for our Protoss yet, though, and that has me a bit worried. Azhi in the chat saying, as an honorable Protoss, I don't believe in having an unfair advantage of mining more. So that's why he's not expanding. He just he wants to keep it fair with Pandor. Pandor CC finishes, he can finally throw down his own Nexus. That's what's going on here. 2-1 is now finished for our Terran player. 1-0 for our Protoss. Our Protoss is not as good on upgrades as he was last game. Although he might be able to catch some tanks here for free. Gonna get 1 at least. Needs to pull back before he loses too many Dragoons. Ooh, a lot of those tank shots missed. That was really fortunate for Azhi. Still gonna lose 1 of those Dragoons, but getting a bunch of damage here for free. And our Terran has finally pushed up and secured this high ground, so we should see that CC start to float over. Our Nexus is going to finish up basically at the same time. So we're going to be a 4-base Terran to a 4-base Protoss, which is not where I would want to be as a Protoss player, but let's see what Azhi does in the situation. Let's see if he can make a play. Overall, Azhi does have a bigger bank than our Terran player at similar supplies. Basically, both of them maxed out at the moment. But the upgrades are going to start hurting. We do have Storm now, so that's big. And defensive Storms are actually massive for a Terran player. And we do have drop ships. Nothing in this shuttle yet, though, at the moment. Observer over there. Observer there as well. Okay. Some free vultures there. Terran player trying to very carefully push forward here. Ooh, he might get some free High Templars if he's not careful. Here comes the big attack. Vulture's coming out to protect the tanks as best they can, but a lot of these Zealots are getting right onto the tanks. Big EMP's coming down. A stasis, or D-Matrix, excuse me, going down on the tanks here, and it looks like this is going to get cleared up pretty handily by Azhi. They made it look easy. The storms were massive. The Zealot count got onto the tanks perfectly. Yeah, Azhi just making it look easy, making it look like killing a maxed out Terran army is just no big deal. I don't know why everyone else struggles with it. Azhi doesn't. Ooh, losing a lot of his army here now, though. Gotta be careful not to overextend. Here comes the big SCV move forward. Ooh, good D-Matrix. Tank's still gonna fall. Another storm on this tank. No more storm energy. Oh, Archons! Oh no! Okay, that could have been a lot worse. It was only, what, 3 kills? I'm surprised he didn't send anything over to this base. A couple of Zealots up here to start dealing with damage on this. Although Archon and this mineral line could be massive. Archon's now at 8 kills, 9 kills. Oh my gosh. And SCVs are going down in this mineral line as well. This is looking really, really bad for Pandor. Yeah, that's just a probe going to mine. This mineral line falls. We're down to 49 SCVs. Good on Pandor, instantly starting up SCV reduction once again, though, and there's other bases that are safe to remake the ones that he's losing. Pandor just barely holding on here as well. It's 100 supply to 160 supply. Azhi is really starting to outproduce Pandor here, and Ozzy's got quite the bank. The Pandor doing his best to hold on. He can't lose these bases. He's not mining without these bases. He's got like 50 minerals left. Yeah, like 50 minerals left. That was a pretty darn good guess. Siege tank sieging up here. He is defending the ramp just barely, and he has a tank on the high ground, but I think he has to lose his 4th here. I don't know that he can hold that anymore. Science vessels here, though. 2 science vessels with full energy. Ooh, not using them. Loses a tank for free on the low ground. Pandor falling apart here just a little bit. Okay, finally recognizes the science vessels are there. Those can be really useful, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. Zealot bombs coming in on these tanks. And it's looking like Pandor may be falling down here. Azhi Dahaki going to take it 2-0, maybe? Oh, both of our vessels full energy, both of them getting sniped off. 4th base already dead. 3rd base is about to fall. More Nexuses coming up for our Protoss player. This is looking dire for Pandor. I just don't know how you can claw back 180 supply to 88. Protoss would have to intentionally throw this game at this point, I think. I hate calling it early like that, but Pandor is, of course, going to fight it out. He doesn't want to lose the game. If he loses, he's out, but I think it's written on the wall already. That CC's going to fall. That's massive. The Storms are just so good from Azhi this game. Finally have our first Arbiter out, but it doesn't even matter. There's just massive Storms on that push. The Terran army was just so clumped against this wall that the Storms were huge. Good mine pull. Dragoons on the high ground. I mean, he's going to clean this army up, but can he clean the next wave? Or the wave after that? Or the wave after that? It's non-stop waves, no mining. Good mine hits there. That's not going to quite be enough. Pandor's going to GG out. That's going to be 2-0 for Azhi Dahaki. Alright, let's take a look here. Let me update the scores real quick. So in the end, we do have Jin Jin and the Pandor Patrol being up 3-2 over the Fightin Aiurish. But Azhi Dahaki pulling it back, giving them 1 more point on their side. Some pretty good games overall. I would like to thank everyone from the CPL, of course, for allowing me to cast these games. Thank you everyone for watching, of course, and that's going to be pretty much it for me today. I might do some streaming later on, just of some ladder, but I'm not sure. But as far as the cast goes, that's it. I thank you all for watching, thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys another time.